We're gonna freestyle like last time?
No freestyling this time, but no, on some real shit. Speaking of loyalty to our barbers, right? Number one, always gonna hold it down.
Yeah.
Adri. I did a performance, bro. My first ever art exhibition. So
what kind of performance?
A performance piece.
Are you talking to the Adrian that I know?
Are you recording
Adrian,
right now?
She's
okay. I was about to say this is good stuff right here.
Somebody else,
bro. Like does all the competitions, everything like that. Did my son's first haircut. So when I was first starting off in my career, I didn't have money for haircuts, bro. Get it the way you want. It could get expensive, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had no money for that shit, bro. So for my first solo exhibition, decided to do this performance piece where during the middle of the show, Adrian was going to set up a chair and all her equipment, and I was going to get this haircut in front of an audience, that people that were there set up at my show. Okay. And just part of the energy is this concept of when we're with our barbers, when we're in this state where we're getting trimmed up, it's very personal, sharing stories, what you've been up to, this and that. So when I approached Adrian with this idea, I said, hey, just imagine that it's just me and you. Just you're cutting my hair, and I'm just going to be talking to you. Everyone else is just there. So she's cutting my hair, and I hadn't seen it, bro, in like a whole year, bro. So you already know, like this and that.
That's high, bro.
So she's like,
so you're giving her all the like, hey, how you been? I haven't seen you, blah blah blah.
So she's coming and she's like, man, like it's crazy, and I'm like, yeah, like this shit was just a dream. Everyone here didn't even like believe in that dream. That's how crazy it is. Like all that shit that I was in the middle of, everybody, the audience was like, my mom, this and that. It's like, this was a dream. Like they didn't see the vision that I had. And look, I said, look, they're here. And my mom, crying, wiping tears away. And I'm like, I made this shit happen.
I wish I could dream. I miss having dreams. I don't dream no more.
Well, point is, she cut my fucking hair, bro. I'm loyal to my fucking barber. She had that moment.
Bro, for real.
That reminds me of Billy Madison, where he just like tells the whole story about the little dog.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Loser Lou. We're chilling on the west side, just hanging out with some homies today. It's the first session of the Woodlawn Yacht Club. Bring your floaties. Yo, Trebla, if they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
TREBLA _art.
And that's on like all social media?
All social medias.
There you go. What up, Juan?
What up?
How you been? You been good?
Been good, man.
If they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
I'm on Juan. IMONJUAN _ motherfuckers. I'm on Juan. A lot of underscores. I think it's 2 underscores. But who gives a fuck?
It really is.
You don't need to follow me. Don't fucking follow me.
It really is. I'm on one.
Yeah, I'm on Juan. That's it.
All I care about is money and the
Yo, Jose, if they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
They're already a hold of them, bro. What the fuck?
On Guadalupe way? Nah.
Hey, Guadalupe, cheers. You're chilling or what?
Guadalupe, cheers. That's a legendary spot. The first ever mural that San Antonio Culture Arts did is right across the street from there, the Educacion.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. They're all right there. Yeah.
At Sports Guy Jose, Twitter, Instagram. I'm barely started doing YouTube, only because I interviewed this guy from the UK who's big in YouTube over there, and Albert convinced me to do it. So I just did it. Things got a lot of traction on there, so.
Well, hold up. Let's get into that in a sec. Yo, Gilbert, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Switch this up real quick. There we go. Shit, if they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Y'all can follow my podcast at The Gin Podcast, at theginpodcast.com. I mean, find all the podcast needs for yourselves.
Man. Great fucking podcast. Like, literally fucking great.
True.
I appreciate it, man.
Not many people give me a run for my money on my hat collection, but from what I've seen, you got some heat, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm trying.
Hats and shoes. Jesus Christ. His shoes.
Yeah?
Bro.
Man, I give up on shoes.
I have an addiction, bro.
Yeah, me too.
It's just the hats right now. I'm loving the hats. I'm loving doing the embroidery shit.
Hey, Juan's a big hat guy, too.
The entry point for hats is that.
That's what. Yeah, I remember you posted that hat the other day. The one,
crazy.
that weird like pattern on the bill.
Yeah. There's some dope hats out there.
Bro, I'm an outcast. I just realized I'm the only one without a hat. Do you have a hat I can borrow?
Hey, but no, you have that beautiful do, bro.
Yeah, you do got some nice hair, man.
I know, bro. Like this motherfucker. It's like, what are you doing? Getting a haircut. What are you doing? Getting a haircut, man, bro. Like
every week.
I get it.
Who cuts your hair?
Yeah, who cuts you up?
Who cut your hair?
It depends, because my schedule doesn't really. Because my barber, him and his wife cut me up, but they have
I was
kids.
gonna say, how many
Got
barbers
two
do you
barbers,
got?
bro.
I know 2 barbers.
Two? All right, I was like, don't fucking laugh at that. I don't deserve it.
Oh my god, I need to flip that over.
You gotta go.
No, I just
You gotta use the bathroom.
no, I'm good. I'm good.
It's the room over there with the toilet if you need it.
Okay, thank you. But whoever can cut me up, honestly. There's this young cat who his name's David.
Like, who do you prefer?
My buddy's wife, as of late, she has done the best. I mean, he does a great job too. But she did this thing a couple of weeks ago where she was like, hey, because me, I trim my own goatee and stuff. She's like, do you want me to trim that? I was like, no. She's like, I'm gonna trim it anyways. And then like little hairs too. She's like, you want me to get that? I was like, do I even have a choice? I mean, you're gonna do it regardless. But she was great. But she wasn't available before I went to Springfield for the Hall of Fame. So
Oh, that's a slight flex.
I know, right? That's a big play.
no, it isn't, because I went to Springfield I mean, my hair didn't look bad out there, but I would have preferred to have a haircut.
How was it? No one cut you up there?
Dude, I wanted to go to this Dominican barbershop, but I was just so busy, bro. Like, it's just me. I was shooting
What were you doing out there?
You would have came out with
to cover Manu Ginobili being inducted into
Just my roommate.
the
Don't worry.
Basketball Hall of Fame. What's up?
What up, Ease? So what? Did you get any stories out of that?
I got about 5 stories
How long was the trip?
from Thursday through Sunday. Yeah,
You must have been busy.
no, it was crazy busy, bro. Especially just me being out there, because I shoot, I edit, I go in front of the camera. I was all over the place, but it was fun, man. I got to be around everyone you can think of: Barkley, Jerry West, the logo. That
I
was
like how you call him the logo.
he's the logo. I mean, he's actually a lot taller than you would expect. Like, you see Jerry West like on TV or highlights, he looks small. Dude is tall as hell.
Really?
I mean, just seeing Manu, being able to talk to him after he got inducted was really cool, because you got the real raw emotion of like him holding his award in his hand. So that was cool. I mean, he's our hero, bro.
Yeah.
He's an honorary Mexican, even though he's from Argentina.
Who cut you up, Juan?
Ray Thompson.
Hey, let's get into that.
At Vida Barbero.
Yeah, I was gonna say, talk about that podcast. I like it. I've been keeping up with them. I like them.
Yeah. It's cool. We're having fun. You know, just an idea, and we just said, let's fucking do it. And next thing I know, I was buying fucking camera equipment and Googling shit and trying to make shit happen.
Hell yeah.
It was fun. It was
Oh
fun.
yeah, that's what's up.
That was so spontaneous. Like, it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Like, Juan didn't even tell me about this.
I know. I was sitting there like chilling with them at lunch one day, and then like the next day it just dropped, or like 2 days later it just dropped. I was like, oh shit, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to do that. I just like, let me just get it done, and then I'll tell people about it. But yeah, we just
Hey,
started having
that's a
fun.
good way to do things.
Yeah. I mean, you know, because, you know, shit happens, bro. You know, I think it's cool because Ray's kind of an introvert. So he's not kind of the natural guy to step into that limelight, but he was down to do it. And I think he had a good story. And, you know, we all fucking, you know, rock with barbers and, you know, have an opinion on how we look and shit. And it's like, he was like, dude, I want to fucking tell my story. He told me, he's like, 2025, I'm out. That's what he said. I don't know, it might change, but he was like, 2025, I'm out of the fucking game. He's like, and the way shit's going right now, it's fucking whack, and I have an opinion, and you see him get like, just light up. And I'm like, all right, well, let's go. You got something to say? I got nothing to fucking do. Let's do it. And,
I get cut up at that shop. I like that shop.
Yeah.
Hey, we got the same
Primes,
problem.
right?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. You get cut by
Who
Saib.
cut your hair?
Edward.
Edward. Yeah,
That's Saib.
so
That's
we just having
Saib.
a
That's
little fun.
Saib forever though. I call him Saib.
Where's it at? Was it
10 South Flores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's convenient for me, and that's the one thing too. It's like, if you're not gonna keep the same barber, at least be on this like mutual understanding that's like, you know, distance could be an issue. Time.
Oh
this
yeah,
and
man.
that.
I've been rocking with Edwards. He was off like Petrenko in 1604.
Yeah, so for me, it's more convenient because I'm always at the damn studio.
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah.
1913 South Florida's.
Yeah.
Hey, I think some barbers just moved in there too.
Yeah, they did. So
Yeah,
like,
They were actually cutting at the
They were cutting at pinstripes.
yeah. So I was already familiar with them, so it was cool to see them, kind of start doing their own thing, which is always cool seeing barbers, just start hustling and because that's a whole nother art within its own thing. Is like running your own damn shop. So it was really cool to see another one, and it was funny because I was like, damn, like that's even more convenient now. But I'm like, nah, like I'm gonna keep going down there. But it's really cool to also have booming businesses just going up in the area, which is always cool.
Yeah, that guy Jonay has a crazy story. Had him on the podcast, man. He's like, he's wild, man. He had I think 14, 15, he got addicted to heroin for 6 years, 7 years, and then by 2021, he ended up stopping because I think his father got cancer or something like that. And from there, man, he just stopped and kind of got into the barber game, and I think his girl helped him out too. His girl had a big influence on him, but now he got a shop open, so that's fucking crazy to even say. It's crazy. Yeah, he has a dope story, man.
Bro, heroin's big in San Antonio. Like,
look how close we are to the border.
Yeah,
people forget how close we are. Like, Piedras is not far from here.
Yeah, man. San Antonio's grimy.
Unfortunately, dude,
All of it's like 2.5.
I mean, come on, just a few months ago, that trailer. That was horrible. That was horrible, man.
Bro, don't remind me of that. I was there the night in that morning.
I've always wanted to ask you this, man. You cover stories, and I personally feel like, do you get sleep? Like when there's stories big like that, and obviously the bigger one is the Uvalde. Did you get any sleep? Like how was that for you? What was that process?
That first night of Uvalde was crazy. That morning I did a story on Irving right here down the road on Hamilton, on their academy, right? It's dual language academy. So if you're like a first generation American, or if you're just a kid who's an immigrant, it's difficult to be in public schools because if they put you in ESL, you don't learn English, and if they put you in English classes, you lose your tongue. And so with dual language, you're able to keep both your tongue and also learn English and be able to succeed in school. And so it was a really great story. Spent time with the kids there and the teachers. The teacher was also first generation American. I went live that day, 12 o'clock. And great live shot, great story. As soon as the live shot's over, I get a text from one of my producers. There's an active shooter in Uvalde. And I'm like, it's probably a false alarm. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And for a lot of people in Uvalde, they think it's a bailout. So bailout's basically when the coyotes come and all the migrants are just they drop them off. And
crazy.
So the kids in Uvalde...
So that must happen a lot if they got a whole term for it.
Yeah, so the kids over there are used to having lockdowns. Okay. So when a bailout happens, schools on lockdown, there's probably a migrant roaming somewhere. They get them, all right, school's back in session, whatever. So a lot of them thought that that's what it was. And I didn't think anything of it. So then my boss said that people, were hit, there were like people that got shot. So it's like, all right, go on your way over there. So I don't have any clothes. I just have the clothes that I have on. I go straight over there. I'm the first one on the scene. Well, I didn't actually go to the school. I went to a family friend's house because his great-grandson goes to Dalton Elementary. And at that time, they had said there was 2 shooters. There was a guy and a girl. Turns out it was just that guy. So I'm there waiting in the porch with him, and he's waiting for his great-grandson to come back because we don't know what happened. Like, we still don't know the details. They only gave us, I think at that time, 17 confirmed had died, something along those lines. That night, they gave me a hotel in Pearsall. I think Pearsall. Pearsall is like an hour away. That night, it was pouring rain. And if you're driving in the middle of like Highway 90, it's pitch black and it's pouring rain. You can't see the road. I'm not going to risk my life. So I literally crashed out in the only Whataburger in town in the parking lot because I had that following morning, I had to go live on TV at 5 a.m. just wall to wall going. And that night I was going every 15 minutes live.
Jesus. Oh, shit.
Every 15 minutes. and you're just trying to like continue to like. So at a point, I just kept repeating stuff because at this point, it's just like, well. And then I was just brutally honest. I'm like, bro, like these like kids are dead, like these are people's lives, and I know for this whole summer, these families are just gonna be overwhelmed with media, and I kept saying on TV, be respectful to these people, like please. And obviously, like, bro, the following morning, national networks are in people's yards. The whole street around Rob was blocked off with media and
Circus.
bro, it was a mess, bro. And I mean, y'all know me well enough to know like I hate that kind of shit where people just like if someone's grieving, let them grieve. Like, why are you gonna put a camera in their face? So that night I didn't get sleep, but after that, I mean, I was tired a lot, but it wasn't even like the fact that I wasn't getting sleep, but it was just like you're just mentally fatigued.
Yeah.
I mean, 19 kids are dead.
Yeah.
2 teachers were killed.
Insane.
And it turns out one of my coworkers did some investigating. That Sunday, I was at Rosedale Park for a Conjunto Festival, the Sunday before that Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And my coworker saw that I was there for Jay Perez, right? Jay Perez was the closer. The shooter's grandmother, the grandmother who got shot, she was sitting 2 tables away from me at the Conjunto Festival.
Wow.
It gives me chills, bro. Like, and I found out 2 weeks after the fact. She's like, hey, remember when you said you were there? And she sent me a picture of the grandma. I'm like, holy shit. She was sitting 2 tables away.
Oh, yeah, he called me after he learned that he was tripping out.
Do you remember her? Like, do you remember seeing her? Or
I don't know what she looked like. I mean, where everyone's just dancing, and then like the aunt had a video of people dancing. I forgot what band I was dancing to, but you could see me in the video, and I'm like, oh my god, like everyone's dancing, having the time of their lives, not knowing what's gonna happen, and being there 60 plus days with these families and the town. I'm just glad I have this really good relationship with them, where they know I'm not gonna like I'll break bread with you before I ask you for an interview. Cause like what? Like I don't need to exploit people for a story. I care about them than I do a story. Like my bosses know that too, and I created my boundaries with my bosses and said, hey, this is what I'm gonna get, and this is what you're gonna get, and plain and simple. I like to play the long game.
Yeah.
It's like San Antonio. I want to build relationships with my people.
Yeah.
Versus these other places where they parachute in. Hey, thanks Lou for the story. See you later.
Yeah.
And later
Peace
probably
out
means,
on you. Yeah,
and it
yeah,
probably means never. But yeah, it's crazy, bro. Still covering that. I mean,
I just want to do a little quick PSA for everybody here at the table and also listening. It's okay to have mental fatigue because like we're all doing a whole bunch of shit in our own careers, our own paths, our own journeys, and like I deal with it. I know this food deals with it, and I'm sure y'all being busy and chasing y'all's dreams and careers, and you as well. It's like I just wanted to say it. Like it's okay. We deal with it. Be open with it. If you need help, seek it out. Talk about it, and yeah. It's a little PSA.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. No, I appreciate that.
I think this is a fair question to ask everybody. Like, how do you take care of y'all's mental health?
We'll start this way. We'll go this way.
And if you don't, I mean,
I shove it way down inside. I party a lot, self-medicate, try and make myself smile all the time.
I feel like you laugh a lot. Like you like to laugh, and I feel like it's very. I mean, for me, it's infectious because I hear it. But like, I think for you, I don't know. Like, I mean, when you laugh, you have those happy feelings come up.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's rare I see. Yesterday I almost caught him, in a not so happy mood for a split second.
Yeah. I got out of that mood. It wasn't worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to be a better person.
Oh, you're a great person, though.
Shit, for me, man, it's tough, bro. Like every day is a fucking struggle. I'm not even gonna lie. Especially recently, man. Obviously, I took a break from this podcast shit, and man, imposter syndrome. I barely fucking figured that out 6 months ago, and it was just creeping, bro. Like it got to a point where I was, I wasn't even kind of the thing that you were talking about. Like I wasn't even doing it for figuring people's stories out. Like I got to a point where I was just like, if this is gonna get me the most likes, if this is gonna get me the most views, if this is gonna have my awareness into the San Antonio community, that's what I'm doing it for now.
Yeah.
At the point, I didn't realize what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because I started falling out. I just started falling out. But yeah, man, I had to take a step back and just realize like this is you're doing something bigger than what you're supposed to be doing. And yeah, it took some time off, man, and kind of just realized like, hey, you need to figure out what you're really in for. If you're really in for what you're doing right now, I don't think you should be doing it. So I took one stab at it back in this new podcast, and instantly within the first 2 minutes, instantly fell in love again. Like it's just this high, this feeling you fucking get when you start meeting people and you start realizing that they come from either the same background or the same struggles that you fucking go through, and that just to see the type of shit that they're doing, it's wild, man.
Do you feel like when you meet those kind of people, they like validate what you're feeling?
Sometimes, but I mean, it for me, it's it just trips me out, man, just to see the type of progress. Like when I look at myself, I don't see. I'm very hard on myself, man. Like I always tell myself every single morning, like I can do better than what I did before every single day. And that's where most of my motivation comes from. But so when I talk about myself or I see myself, like I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. But when I see it from somebody else and I'm getting that feedback from them, oh shit, bro, you're a fucking star. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it, when it should be just mutual. Yeah, it should be mutual. But I mean, that's just me struggling every single day, bro. But it's gotten better though. It's definitely gotten better, man. She's a fucking tremendous help. I have my girlfriend over here sitting down, and man, it got to a point where she started going out on a limb and saying, hey, if you need me, I'm in the other room. Like you can have as much space as you want. I'm here to help you. And if you don't need help, cool, you can deal with whatever you're dealing with, but let me know. And then I was fighting it, letting my pride get in the way, and then finally I just tapped in, and it's been cool ever since, man.
Hey, shout out to the partners out there, like keeping the balance and holding it down, because I feel when you find partners in life like that, it's like the best life experience is like that. Right there.
Yeah, that's dope. It's dope having a significant other.
Yeah. And you, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. I think that's a big one. Is my wife, Myra. She holds it down, bro, and it's cool because like she has her struggle too, and she'll tell you. She's very open about it. But yeah, I think on my end, it's like being self-aware. I fight for self-awareness constantly to make sure that I'm questioning questions like that. I'm asking questions like that, like, what am I doing this for? What is will this matter in 5 years? Shit like that. Because I'm a dad, and you can relate. We got kids, and you start getting older. Like time away from them it magnifies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so it's one of those things where you're just like, it's real, bro. So I'm intentional about spending time with my girls, giving them dates. I take them to all the fucking best restaurants. Because I don't want no motherfucker showing up trying to impress them. Like, oh, my dad's already took me here. We used to come here all the time. Like I do my duty, but also too, man, ain't nothing wrong with just. Well, I mean, I like counseling goes a long way too. Mm-hmm. And when you start to really like untie some of the knots that the fucking hood just like wounds that you have, and you realize you're like, oh man, this is because of my dad or because of my mom or whatever. You really start to gain insights into yourself, and you're like, man, bro, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. And the imposters, like when I got to I'm not gonna say where I work at because I want to keep working there, and I want to talk freely. But when I got there, the imposter syndrome was.
What exactly is that?
It's just like where you think like, even though you have the qualifications, you feel like you don't belong. You feel like any minute now they're gonna find out that I'm not real.
It's like you have the validation of being in said situation, but you feel like you don't have that validation.
So you have to kind of picture like I got to where I'm at without a degree, and I work with some really smart people that have degrees from some of the best universities in the country. Yeah. So when that juxtaposition is fucking hard, bro. Like you stand there and you're like, I'm gonna tell that dude what to do, and your brain starts fucking with you, and it starts like, well, you fucking went to SAC, bro. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean? And you have to really understand that at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all fucking put one pant. You know, we all take a shit. You know what I'm saying? We all do the same thing. But my value doesn't come from where I went to school. My value doesn't come from, you know, my value comes from who I am as a person. Mm-hmm. You know, and so it's just like, for me, it was a big kind of hurdle that I still have to go through. That sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I feel like I'm on top of the world. But you know, that's why you build a fucking team. You know, you got people you can hit up and chop it up with.
Yeah.
That's what I've been thinking.
Crazy, bro. That's crazy that he said, literally, Albert and I were, not the imposter syndrome, but the spending time with your kids. Yeah. We literally just talked about that this morning at Blanco Cafe. Like, literally.
I haven't been there in so long.
It matters, bro.
Like, he was just talking about, like, you know, him and his father and him and his son, and, like, how he wants to spend time with his son. That's just weird, bro. Like, this is funny. We were just talking about it this morning.
One of the things that I really challenge myself, even when I do all this shit, there's two things, like, for podcasting, and especially you guys have podcasts. Like, you have to think about the legacy that you're leaving for them. And so, even me being here, I'm imagining Victoria, my grandkid, finding this shit someday online. You know, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm at night, and he's just fucking, what? My uncle Juan Hines, what? And he's gonna look me up, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, what? Who the fuck is Lew, bro? Are they smoking weed?" Like, you know, they're gonna hear all that. I didn't smoke weed, just so the record show. I don't smoke weed, but I was Fiji water and whiskey, boy. Yeah. Drink whiskey.
I'm the only one who smoked weed.
But you know what I'm saying? Like from that lens, bro. And I think like you guys are doing that. Y'all leaving a legacy, and it's recorded. Your ideas will be fucking on the web.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They'll be listening to this on Mars.
On Mars. Wow. No, that's crazy that y'all talk about like imposter syndrome. I was literally just talking about this with somebody earlier. At the San Antonio Association of Hispanic Journalists, we had a meeting earlier, and I'm a 2-year board member with them. And I was talking about with this guy on the phone, one of my sources, and I was telling him how like I get to be myself on TV. Like my bosses, like I love them so much, they let me be me. I don't have to whitewash my name. I don't have to talk like this 24/7. You know, we're here off of Culebra. Like, no, bro, we're on Culebra. We're by the Mercado, bro. 24th Street, bro. Dang, Hispanic Elvis.
Hispanic Heritage Month.
R.I.P. the legend, bro. But I've been lucky. Like prior to that, like I've just been lucky to be in every space that I've been in, from SAC to A&M San Antonio to Follow Media to now where I'm at with the entity that I work at now. They let me be me, and that's like you can't see that anywhere. Like you see someone that looks like me on TV, they're probably talking in a different voice. They're not able to be themselves, and I'm able to be myself. And I have like fucking like fools coming up to me at bars. Hey, fool. I don't watch the fucking news or anything, but I see your shit, bro, and I fuck with you, bro. I fucking tell people to watch you, bro. I don't even got cable, bro, but I'm gonna find a way to watch it, bro. But for me, bro, that's like my Emmy right there. Like when like people like from your hood, from your barrio, like get it. You know, I'm just like, hell yeah, bro. Like they understand it, you know. And I didn't have to over-explain. I didn't insult their intelligence. I was just myself. Yeah. And I just love it, bro. And so I can't, like, a lot of those things I really don't deal with. I think once I'm in, like, bigger spaces and I'm around other people, sometimes I battle with that where I'm like, am I worthy to be around these people? But now I'm at the point where I'm like, nah, bro. Like so-and-so's been in the business for 20 years, but I don't care. Like, I can go toe-to-toe with these people. And I can tell this story better than they can. Yeah. And it's not even like an arrogance thing. It's just understanding what I bring to the table. And, bro, like the National Association of Hispanic Journalists, the national one, not the San Antonio one, they had the conference in Vegas. I didn't go, but everyone came back. They're like, bro, everyone kept talking about this up-and-coming dude from San Antonio. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, talking about you, fool? And I was like, what the hell?
There's some other dude.
I was like, all the tias in Vegas? The tias are in Vegas or what? They went on a road trip? Like a fucking bachelor party? But it's cool, bro. Like, and like, I just love to be able to be myself because then it gives permission to other people. Like, you could be yourself too.
Yeah.
You know, Albert in his art, gives me permission. Bro, a lot of my confidence comes from this guy. One of my biggest lessons, because I have a lot of anxiety approaching people. I know this may sound weird, like approaching people for an interview. What helped me with my confidence was this fool, New Year's Eve, we're drunk, and this fool is asking everybody in downtown to do the cha-cha slide.
This story's never been told. This story's never been told on podcast.
He's like, he asked me, how much you want to bet? Like, how many people do you think I can get to do the cha-cha slide? I said,
How many you get?
I said 1.
How much you lose?
Bro, he got like 40 people doing the cha-cha slide. He had SAPD doing the cha-cha slide.
Bro, she was like low key. Okay, you know how like at the end of the night, all the cops line up and they look all tough and shit, right? They're all lined up.
It's by the McDonald's.
And they're trying to look
downtown.
all hard. They're trying to look all hard, bro. Like,
Bro, yeah,
like
I know what you mean. They puff up.
Yeah. So this one dude, he was listening to like Disturbed, bro, and he was walking out of fucking.
He was ready.
I got a story
Bro,
about
he had
Disturbed
a
in a minute.
JBL speaker this big. Bro.
Yeah, coming out of that one bar where they dance on the bars and shit. I forgot what. Coyote Ugly, right? So he comes out listening to fucking Disturbed, and I'm already feeling good, right? So I go up to him and I'm like, hey, bro, like, I have an idea. Like, can I tell you it real quick? And he's like, what is it? And I was like, all right, it's gonna sound pretty crazy, but I've been doing the cha-cha slide all night with people, and I want you to play my favorite song.
No, that's not what he asked him. He said,
I'll play my favorite song.
He said, play my favorite. No. He said, can you play my favorite song in the whole wide world? He's like, what song? The cha-cha slide. And then he explained it to him. Why.
Yeah. So then he was like, oh, hell yeah, right? Because at first he was like, oh, what song is it? I was like, bro, like, if I tell you, you have to play it. And he's like, I don't know. It depends on what it is. I was like, no, you're going to play it because it's that badass of a song. But anyways, he has his JBL speaker. He's right there, right in front of the cops, because we finally stopped talking right there.
Imagine
in front of the
being
cops.
by him and he's like asking all these people, like, I just had that second hand. Like,
Yeah, and Jose's right behind me with the camera.
I'm feeling all awkward.
Jose's right behind me with the camera. The cops are just like staring at me and this guy, and the dude like kind of laughs and he's like, hell yeah, I'll put it on. So he starts going on his phone, and I told the cop, I was like, hey, y'all can't arrest me if I just start dancing right here, right? And she's like, no, why? It's like, because I'm gonna start dancing right here. She's like, what are you gonna dance to? I was like, if you like it, you could dance too. And she just like looks at me like with this weird look, and the guy starts playing the song. And dude, as soon as the song starts playing, I look up at the cop and she's like she just closes her eyes and nods her head. So I start doing it with the guy, and then like some other people that are walking by, they jump in, and then people across the street that are like by the McDonald's, like they see us doing it, and like people across the street are doing it, and then at the end of the song, the damn cops like low key like dancing in place, bro.
Like turned into a block party.
Yeah, straight up, bro. And it all started because I told Jose, so you know what? Like I'm gonna do something fun, and I would say random stuff as we would walk past people because I was acting drunk, right? And I was like, every time someone walks by, every time someone walks by, because it's New Year's
Eve,
night, New Year's Eve,
yeah.
right? So everybody's drinking. So as everybody's walking by me, I'm like, you know what? Who cares if they kick me out because I'm too drunk? They could stop me from drinking, but they can't stop me from doing the damn cha-cha slide.
Oh,
and people,
my God.
bro, as people are walking by, because I'm talking loudly, right? So they could hear me. So as they're walking by, they'd stop and like, what? I'm like, you down to do the cha-cha slide? And people would like talk and laugh, and it was a great night.
Oh, you got video of it.
I told that door guy, fuck you, dude. I said, you can stop me from drinking, but you can't stop me from fucking doing the cha-cha slide.
Oh my God,
Bro, he has a crown on, bro. Like,
Can you send me that?
yeah, bro, I was dying.
Can you send me that?
Oh my God.
Like, honestly,
Can I post that?
bro, living downtown was so dope because it's like, it's contagious, like the energy that you do, and that's pretty much just what I was trying to show as an example to Jose that night. Was like, if you put out the right energy, like people are gonna like respond to it, and it's gonna like multiply, and it's all about just like what you put out there.
Dude, my favorite thing that he always says to me, the worst thing they could say is no.
Oh.
But I hate being on the receiving end of a no. Like it just hurts me, dude. I'm very sensitive, and when I hear that no, I'm just like, damn, am I not good enough? Like,
Oh man, I can take it.
You know when I got my first no, like first meaningful no? We were driving outside Zamora, right there in Laredo, where about the whiskey. Mm-hmm. there was a truck that there's like I guess it's like a fruit that like a place where all the fruit comes and lands.
What, Chicho Boys?
Like no. That's Chicho Boys that's where like it ends up, but like it arrives at this warehouse.
Oh, across from Guadalupe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
The lumber spot.
Yeah, it's a big trailer. Fucking box falls out. My mom hits it with the car. She doesn't know she hits it. So it starts to drag under the car, and she's like, "What the fuck's that noise?" And so we pull over, I get off, and it's a box of crates, and it's like the salad crates. It's like where you put salads. I don't know why they're there, but they're there. Grab the box, put it back in the car, whatever. Later that day, I get home, and my mom goes, "Go sell it. You should go sell those crates for $5 each." And I'm like, "What do you mean sell it?" Because I must have been like 7 or 8. And she goes, Go sell it. Go tell them $5, and they'll give you $5. You get to keep $5. You want to make $5? That's free. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And it's in Spanish, right? So I'm like, all right. So the first person I go is the neighbor. I go to the neighbor. I knock on the door. This is the Casianos. The picture's on my Instagram. If you click on that you'll see like the apartment right next to it. So I go to the next apartment. I knock on the door. The lady comes up. I'm fucking nervous as fuck, bro. My legs are shaking. Like sweating. I got this fucking box of things.
on his sweater already. Mom spaghetti.
Like, damn. So I knock on the door. She opens the door and she's like, "¿Qué pasó, mijo? What happened?" And I fumble out the words and I'm like, estoy vendiendo, I'm selling. You know, like I'm just giving her my best pitch as a 7-year-old with a box of crates trying to make $5. She goes, "Not right now, mijo. Not right now." And I was like, okay, cool. My mind, I go back to around, right? And you feel that like, like that hit. You're like, man, this is fucking embarrassing, bro. What the fuck am I doing? So I go back and I go, "No, hombre, ma dijo que no. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, I'm not going to tell him again." She goes, she tells me, she goes, "No, mijo, go back." She goes, "Tell them to pay you on Friday. You'll give it to them. They don't have to pay you right now. They'll pay you on Friday." And I remember that fucking moment, bro. I went back over there. I knock on it. She goes, and I go, "You can take it. You just don't have to pay me until Friday." She goes, "Okay, give me 2. Bro, the fucking high that I got, like I'm not a door-to-door salesman, but that day, like I was like, let's fucking go. Like I just overcame that, bro, and I just like, bam, dude, I had the whole Casianos fucking bump in those crates, bro. And dude, I made like $20. I only got paid like 10 of it, right? But I'll never forget that story. Because now every time, like now,
that sounds like my life.
Now every time somebody tells me no, it's not a no. It's just like maybe not right now, or maybe they don't have enough information, or I mean, there's a lot of things. Or sometimes,
or maybe on Friday,
shit, or maybe on fucking Friday, or they don't got the feria. There's a lot of reasons why people say no. Like Don Miguel has a book. There's a book, The 4 Agreements. And he has one of his things is never take anything personal, because somebody might do shit to you and you think it's them, you think it's you know, like, oh, this guy doesn't like me, blah, blah. Motherfucker's going through you know what that motherfucker's going through.
Yeah, straight up. I get
you learned how to face rejection, and you also learned about owner's finance.
Yes, sir. Ready.
Well, that happens to me a lot where, like what you said, like they may be going through something. That's what I think in my head. So I automatically already think it's a no. Because I'm like, I tell Albert this all the time. I feel like I'm a burden to people. But it's not because...
Oh, my God.
Nah, bro.
So look, this guy judging me over here.
No, man, I feel it.
Okay.
I feel that. Bro,
Right here, there's a little...
I have
I was like,
unlovable.
that oh my God here felt judgmental.
No, I feel it, bro.
He rolled his eyes and everything. He's like, oh my God.
I have unlovable tatted on
Get
me,
a
bro.
load of this guy.
I have unlovable tatted on me, bro.
Well, but I mean, at the
Like,
same
I
time,
get it, bro.
But at the same time, like, I know... I can't speak
And I
for
hate
Lou.
it about me.
I can't speak for Lou, but I can speak for me. I respect you, and I see you, what you're doing. And I'm sure other people see you, and you're like, man, this guy's doing some dope shit. So it's kind of, like, not kind of cool, but, like, it's eye-opening to hear you say it.
Well,
straight up.
Well,
It's
what
good
he
to know
tells
that,
me
like,
too
you're human
is
as well.
he's like, you may think that you're a burden to people, but some people may be looking forward to a call from you.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yes,
And-
bro. Yes.
And I noticed that when I have like I'll be on the phone with someone and like 40 minutes have passed by. It's like, oh shit. Like, I mean, I have long conversations with this fool on the phone, you on the phone, you on the phone. Like,
But we've had good conversations.
yeah, dude.
too,
Like,
bro.
literally. And so for me though, like the overthinking comes from my childhood. Like we were talking about, like our childhood comes from after my mom died. She was the only person that really listened to me. When she was gone, it's like I moved in with my sister. She was only 20 when she took me in. She's a child. I didn't feel validated there. Go to my dad, who was an alcoholic, wasn't validated there. moved in with my aunt and uncle. My uncle was that ear for me. You know, he passed away back in January. He was the one that was like my father. But even at that, like my aunt, she was the one that was just like cabrona, like just like on me for no reason, like just like sweating me for no reason. So I didn't feel validated there. So I'm like, every household I went to, I'm like, all right, I felt like, all right, who's gonna take him in? Like who's gonna house him this time?
It's like a pity party.
Yeah, and for me, it's just like, fuck, dude. Like, I didn't start drinking till 24. I didn't go out to bars till I graduated college. Literally, I didn't go to no Phantom Room. I didn't go to no Bottom Bracket. I didn't go to any of that stuff. No Wet Wednesdays. I don't know about any of that.
I'm like, you want to drink of this beer? Hell no, I ain't doing none of that stuff.
What is Wet Wednesday?
I don't know. Albert would know.
The what?
Wet Wednesdays.
What is that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know that's something. I know that's something John Michael would do.
Oh, I think that was probably Midnight Swim back in the day.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Probably, yeah.
I guess I never said about how I deal with mental fatigue.
Mental health fatigue. Okay.
Mental health.
Yeah. So
fatigue.
how do you?
Honestly, bro, I hadn't experienced what it's like to like attempt to like figure that out. Because before my thing was just not giving myself time to fucking do anything. Like, like I'm happy. I'm super thankful for everything in my life. But like there's times, bro, where it's just like decompression, man. It's just like, you know, life is fucking short, bro. Like as much as we like to say, like, you know, we're here for a long time, this and that. It's like we're gonna blink. It's gonna be 3 months. We're gonna blink. It's gonna be a couple years. Yeah. And it's like the idea that like I could blink right now, bro. And it's like 6 years of my life since I started my career, bro. It's already like flash before my eyes. And it was like back then, I didn't have nothing to work towards or necessarily live for other than that shit right here. What I'm doing right there is closing my eyes and envisioning 6 years from now. Like, that's what I live for, bro. And it wasn't until just recently where I was able to like close my eyes a little bit longer and be with my family and not worry about anything else. So like after getting a little taste of that, dude, and it was a month, bro. It was a month-long vacation, or almost a month. July 6th.
Where'd you go?
Or July 9th to August 6th. I traveled from here all the way up to Portland, bro.
Did Jose learn the dogs' names?
Kind of. Well, shout out to Jose because he was the dog sitter, and he
watched him for a whole month, bro.
Yeah, for real. Because like, you know, just getting your dogs taken care of.
Yeah, man, that's a big thing, especially like trusting someone with your dog.
Yeah, no, for real, dude. And yeah, so my thing, I guess one thing that I've experimented with just recently was just taking the time off to just be out in nature with my family and be somewhat like disconnected.
So what, like you drove all the way to Portland?
We drove all the way to Portland, camped, and stayed at some pretty cool Airbnbs along this trip. And final stop was Denver, Colorado. Was there for a couple of days. Drove straight back down to San Antonio. And yeah, man, I guess it's just like reminding ourselves to take vacations or take our times to step back.
That's such a good trip, bro. Like driving through Oregon, I've done that like a few times in my life, and man, that shit was just so beautiful, man.
Yeah, I just want to encourage people just to like step back sometimes. And I know Gilbert, you mentioned it, like just being able to step back from whatever you're doing and resting in whatever way you consider resting, but to remind yourself to do that because we all owe it to ourselves to, you know, step back sometimes and just relax for a little bit because we get caught up in the hustle. But it's okay to rest. And I guess I just want to share that with everyone else because a lot of people always say, oh, you know, see what I'm doing. But it's like, yeah, like I found it very important after this trip learning, like I got to give myself the credit to rest.
Hell yeah.
Gilbert, what did you do when you were away from the podcast?
I got a 9 to 5. Yeah, so before I was, man, I was on the verge of actually opening up a sneaker shop with one of my buddies, man. I actually never talked about this before. Mm-hmm. So I was in the car business. Well, I sell vehicles for a living now. So Fernandez Honda, if you need a Honda on the south side, come through. Ask for Gilbert Sanchz.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So I did it from 2018 to right before the pandemic before Lotus All, and then I've always been into sneakers, obviously, and then kind of got into the sneaker game, kind of got into the bodying aspect of it. Man, I was getting sometimes near 20, 40 pairs of shoes getting delivered to my apartment. It was getting kind of out of hand sometimes, but nonetheless, man, after about a year, I was on the verge of opening up a sneaker store, but shit just started. It was the imposter syndrome, and then on top of that, the podcast was kind of growing and kind of just getting a lot of notice. So I didn't really know what to choose, and then yeah, man, I just kind of took a leap of faith and just went with the podcast and kind of put that on the back burner. And then by the time you know it, I was running out of funds, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like my savings were all cashed out to an extent, and then I had to face to a point where I was just like, man, you're doing this sneaker business for a while, making pretty good money, and then I had to face reality and just be like, hey, you're gonna go back to your 9 to 5. And luckily, it was still available, and we didn't leave on bad terms, and I was able to go back. But yeah, man, that's been it. The gym.
Nice.
The gym is one of those places where I've man, it's weird, man. I wake up sometimes 5:30, 5:45, and the feeling of, and not to say that you shouldn't wake up early, do whatever with your life, but the feeling of I'm getting up before somebody else and I'm putting in work before them and they're still sleeping is a high, bro.
Yeah.
It's a fucking high. So that's what usually gets me out of bed, and then by the time I get to the gym, music playlist, like I'm ready to go, and then that takes my mind off of a lot of things. That takes my mind off of fighting with mental health and other shit I have going on in my life. And yeah, it's pretty much it, man. Shit, you working 10 hours a day is a fucking struggle, bro. From 9 to 7, bro. And I'm waking up at 5:30, 5:45, and I don't get home till about 7:30, and then I gotta eat, and then shit, same cycle. But I wanted to touch on getting told no. Where I get told no a lot.
I literally wanted to ask you that. I literally want to ask you that.
That's why it don't faze me. I hear it all the time at the mall. Like, want to stitch your name on the hat?
Bro, I would always tell you. I would tell you yes.
I'm like, is it free?
Because I'm getting it free.
Yeah, the amount of times I get told no, it's insane, man. Like you have to literally, when you're selling vehicles, you have to put on a fucking show. There's about 80% of them that are there and they know what they want, and it's a smooth process, and they have credit or they're paying cash, whatever situation is. But the other 20%, nah, man, you gotta fucking sell the vehicle. You gotta convince them. You have to school them on whatever they're lacking in. Like if they don't have credit, if they don't know payment, like it just everything you can think of. But when purchasing a vehicle, you have to fucking educate them. And the no part, I tell them no too, because it's a weird situation with the vehicles now. You're getting on shortages where vehicles are not.
Yeah.
You don't have new vehicles. I know. I had mentioned to you. You had texted me a couple months ago.
Yeah.
It took a while to get my whip.
Yeah.
I got it a couple months ago.
You're seeing vehicles get here 3 to 4 months after people are reserving vehicles, and you're seeing market adjustments where basically dealerships are charging basically a fee on top of the vehicle just because of how limited it is.
I got charged extra 2,000.
I believe I almost did.
I personally, if you can get in, this is my advice, and this is probably over allowing because I shouldn't, but my personal advice is if you can get a vehicle at MSRP or find a dealership to sell you a vehicle below that without any add-ons are accessories put on the actual vehicle, I would say take it. If you're getting like the 2,000, bro, I've seen people bring me literally pay sheets, what we show customers on price breakdowns of like Hill Country Honda or Northside Honda charging $8,000 to $10,000 for a fucking Civic. What? And it's just because how limited they are. Like it's insane. Damn. But luckily I work at a dealership where we just MSRP, and it's just for the fucking long game. Like it's a number of things. One, it's on the south side and not many people can afford these market adjustments. So that kind of goes hand in hand. And then the other thing is playing the long game. Like I want to sell you 2 to 3 vehicles. I want to sell your mom, your dad, your cousin, like everybody you can refer me. I want to sell them. And if they know I'm not charging and I'm not trying to fuck you over, then it's basically just like good karma.
Nice.
Man. I get told no all the fucking time. All the fucking time. I deal with it constantly.
Y'all deserve a veterans discount because I could never.
It's a struggle, bro.
Applause.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like the Drake receiving a no.
I don't even get that joke, bro.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not
You never seen that SNL skit? That SNL skit where like he writes a diss song for everything that happens to him. Like someone takes the stapler that he was gonna get and he writes a diss.
Oh
song.
yeah, I remember now.
Do you still have trouble going up to people?
Sometimes,
Like now? Even
bro, what helped me out a lot was the Hall of Fame. I'm like, bro, I traveled 2,000 miles out here.
Yeah.
Why am I not gonna go up to somebody?
Hey, what you eat up there? They have any good carne asada?
I didn't.
Nah,
I took a picture of this one bar. It was like Mexican restaurant. I was like, oh hell no, that's I'm not going there. I had Dominican food, Colombian food.
what state?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
But it's literally Springfield.
Central.
The carne guisada.
Yeah, you get it now.
Nah, bro, they have a lot of Dominicans and Colombians out there. I was really surprised. I was like, man, it was very diverse part because like Springfield is like right here and Connecticut's like right here, like 20 minutes away. So it's just literally right there. But yeah, I mean, it was being out there. Like Chris Mullen was the first person I had just approached, and I was like,
For real?
yeah, dude,
Sick.
run TMC.
Who else would you be?
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That's dope right there.
Chris
That's
Mullen.
Dream Team.
Yeah.
Original Dream Team.
So I approached Chris Mullen.
The flat top.
He said yes, but then this dude and his two kids came up to him and they talked for like 15 minutes. And I just stood there and I'm just like, I'm not leaving. Like, we're gonna. And so Chris kind of like looked at me and then he kind of looked at them and he's like, hey, get my number down. And so I think he noticed. He's like, all right, this kid's not leaving. All right, I'm gonna. You know, he stuck around. You know, like and I didn't interfere with their conversation.
Yeah.
And so he's like, hey, can you take this picture of us? I was like, sure. Took the picture. He's like, all right, man. He's like, let's do this. And so I mic'd him up. Real quick interview. And then I interviewed James Borrego, who was the former assistant for the Spurs. He's the head coach of the Hornets right now.
Oh, shit.
Coach Messina, who was Ginobili's coach since he was 20 years old. He was a Spurs assistant for a long time. He knows Ginobili better than anybody. Interviewed them two simultaneously. I just mic'd them both up. I was like, just one question. I'm going to take up y'all's time. I know the ceremony is going to start. You got to get on the bus. You know, so made the most of that. Interviewed Barkley afterwards, after the ceremony.
How was that?
Oh,
How was he?
Barkley's amazing, man. I
Yeah.
love Barkley, bro. I met him in New Orleans 5 years ago.
Really?
Nicest guy. When he says in his interviews
I was a Suns fan in the 90s.
oh, dude, I have the Barkley jersey.
My room was purple. I had the sun in there. It was crazy.
Dang.
Like, that was my
Yeah.
shit.
I don't know about all that.
Too hard
My
to
dad was
represent,
mad at me for that. For the
He's like, I
longest time.
had a life-size Barkley pillow that I would hug.
I did.
No, they
I
did have those pillows.
You did?
Those were a thing though, right? Didn't they have like the little pillows?
I think that was like.
Juan's like, I can't relate to that, Albert. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
No, because they had them with the wrestlers, and I think they did it with some NBA players.
You would cut it with Stone Cold Steve Austin? If you want to see me cut it with Albert Gonzales, give me a hell yeah.
Well, I think they were really meant for like wrestling, because you would like wrestle the pillow, because it was like
I remember wrestlers. I remember those pillows as wrestlers. Like, I
Yeah.
remember my cousin had Ultimate Warrior.
Let me find out. There's a Charles Barkley one. Right? Like, no, Charles Barkley's
There
the only
might
one
there
that-
might have been. They
Check
might have
eBay,
done
bro.
it.
No, dude, Barkley was, when he says that he stops and takes a picture with everybody, he literally took a picture with everybody in the
That's
in the
sick.
auditorium.
That's what's up.
I was
Like-
gonna. Why do you think people portray him as something that he's not? Because you're obviously
He
media has.
elbowed David Robinson.
And he talks shit about San Antonio.
Well, see that too.
No, no, no. He
No,
talks.
I can't talk. Can we talk about that?
What?
I mean, yeah, we can.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I
so they complained about how, or one of my friends complained about him talking about the women, right? Because he body shames women in a joking manner, and from San Antonio, and so I mean it was his running gag for years, and so that a lot of, if you think about a lot of black athletes, no matter what they did, they were villainized in the media, especially back then, like during the talk radio days. Like even when Barkley did the whole commercial, like I'm not a role model, bro.
that was dope. I
It's a
remember all
dope
that.
commercial. Like it's true. Like parents should be role models. Like
Yeah.
like it's like you should raise your kids. Like an athlete should not be raising your kids. Like obviously they have a sense of responsibility as someone who's on TV, whatever. But at the end of the day,
they're just making their money.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I know.
Like, that's why
I know.
we shouldn't look up to them as role
no,
models.
no, no,
Exactly.
I know, but at the end of the day, like if
Yeah,
I get
it's
both
gonna
sides.
happen.
I
It's
get
gonna
both
happen.
sides.
No, I get it.
But I get like, what I don't get is them grilling him. Like, it was true. Like, parents should be role models. He's like, the way he says it, just because I could dunk a basketball doesn't mean I should raise your kids. It's true. Nowadays, athletes are totally different. Like, I mean, you got LeBron, dude. LeBron, that dude has done nothing wrong in his life. Nothing wrong, and people vilify that guy. What did he do wrong?
I mean, I don't think he did anything wrong. I just think it's like, at least coming from, this is from a Spurs fan perspective.
The style of
He
his
is,
play.
Yeah.
he is the anti-Spur, in my opinion. Is everything that, especially from San Antonio, is like, bro, nothing was handed to us. And this guy out of high school, and the thing is like, I can't fault him too hard either, because he is a black man in America. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent. So I can't fault him too hard either. And everything he's doing is groundbreaking and stuff, and I get it. But I think it's just like, when it comes to the pure sport of basketball, I it's hard for me to get behind him as a Spurs fan. But I got mad respect.
But what makes him anti-Spur?
Because he's been to every fucking team in the league. Tim Duncan's got more championships.
Wait, no. Hold on.
He rebuilds teams around him, and not even that, and they still lose. Like, I mean,
He has 4 championships.
yeah.
Has 4 championships.
And with one team, and with some dude named Ginobili from Argentina,
Look,
the
I hate this whole
59,000
argument.
pick.
I hate this whole argument of the loyalty BS, because owners are not loyal to players.
No, I completely agree with you.
No. And then on top of
But
that,
the fans
Tim Duncan. If it weren't for Doc Rivers, he would be in Orlando with T-Mac.
Yeah.
And it was because Doc Rivers said the family's not allowed on the plane.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, Tim Duncan would have been hooping with T-Mac, and he would be like, "See you later, San Antonio."
But the reality is that didn't happen, and he stayed with the Spurs for 9,000
No, I know,
years.
but he was gonna leave. Like,
Yeah, that's fine. You can leave. I mean, go get the bag wherever they're going to pay you the most. He ended up paying here. He ended up getting his championship. He could have left.
Why are you gonna say that and then say LeBron's been on every team?
Well, because at the same time, that's what I mean. Is like there's 2 conversations happening at the same time. As a businessman, I love everything LeBron does. LeBron brings up his team. He has his like the right players. I love everything he does as a man, as a business. But if you put on the Spurs West Side 78207 2005 championship hat, fuck LeBron.
Bro, I need to find
That's
this.
me.
I need to find
That's me.
this.
But as a businessman, I'm like, man, fuck, I gotta take some. Where's my notepad, bro? I love what he does. He's in media. He brought back Space Jam 2, ruined it,
Wait,
but
hold
he
on.
brought it back.
Hold on. Where can we find this 2005 78207 hat? I want it. That sounds dope.
78207.
That sounds like a badass hat.
That's a limited edition, bro.
Right?
It's a limited edition of Guadalupe.
In a shrine.
If anybody has it and to DM me, I'll buy it for you. Name your fucking price. Let's go.
It's on Southwest
No, but
Military.
I get exactly what you're saying. Like I get exactly what you're saying. Said just like all around, like full history board of what LeBron
You
did.
can't take away
This guy
LeBron's
would be like,
greatness. He's great, but
Hey, you're I'm on Juan, not I'm on Juan Sports. Just kidding.
And Gilbert, you're a Spurs fan too?
Nah, man, I'm a LeBron James fan, man.
Oh,
Always has been.
Gilbert, how come you weren't backing me up this whole time?
I know Gilbert's over there just
I'm
like
over here
lying.
getting jumped by these 2.
I was about to jump in, man, but it's a different thing.
He's like, nah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to sell Juan a car.
Nah, dude, but
He's in it for the long game.
nah, but real shit, LeBron is like changing the game as far as like what you're able to build as a player and as a philanthropist that is also, doing something for active people all around the world that want to change their life, that want to play sports, or that want to play sports and go beyond just playing sports. Like, I think he's the new role model of, like, it's not just about talent, but it's how you impact the world and then your community. And I feel now, Tim Duncan, I think Tim Duncan kind of really led on that part as far as like what you did after you made it in the NBA, because I think early on in Tim Duncan's career, it was something that, he just was always about. So I guess in a part, he also kind of showed LeBron, like go back to where you're from help rebuild, help make things better. So,
Hey,
and
the one
I'd like to ask LeBron that. Hey, look, if you ever,
that's
hey,
on my list,
hey,
bro.
That's a good one.
yeah,
That's on my list.
if you ever meet LeBron, ask him that. That's like when it came to philanthropy and basketball, what player was a role model? Because I'm sure there's players all around the world that
You know
were doing
who
it, but
slept on that people don't really talk about is Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose opened up a school before LeBron did. Jalen Rose is a Michigan guy, Ohio, Michigan, right there by each other. I'm pretty sure Jalen might have been one of the people that might have like shown him like, bro.
That's why you gotta ask him, bro. When you get on that national level, go
That what?
online, ask him.
Who's your dream interview? If you had a dream, tomorrow, I can hey, let's get somebody to
Like top 5, 3, 2, 1.
I mean,
Top three.
Will Smith. Just the parallels of Fresh Prince in my life.
That's a good one.
That's I like how Juan did the slap.
Mm-hmm.
Too soon.
That's a good one.
Hey, Chris Rock has exited the chat. Iverson, bro. I love
yeah, that'd be sick.
only because he is one of the most misunderstood people. That's why his documentary had the song. I forget which version of it. You know the song by the Animals? I'm just a soul. But there's I think a Nina Simone version of it. And he was a guy that's misunderstood. Him. Dang, who would be the third person?
Just basketball, or like
No, in
anyone?
general. Maybe a hip hop artist.
But who?
I know who. You got 3. Fool. You already said 2.
I mean,
Dude,
no order or no ranking. I mean, they could change.
Will Smith, Iverson. I would say LeBron. LeBron had to be there, dude. Like LeBron, bro. I would read LeBron like books on LeBron. On how he would live with his grandmother, and literally, I remember one of my classmates when I was at Burbank my freshman year. He got me a LeBron journal. I remember I got a LeBron pencil from the freaking library. Like, I just read it. My cousin got me when I was in 8th grade the Cavaliers alternative jersey, the navy blue one with the red, yellow.
Also, trying to flex on Gilbert.
Hell no.
Gilbert's got all these, bro. He's got
Bro, I only have 2 pairs of LeBron shoes.
I got jerseys, bro.
And
Damn.
I got like 3 of his high school jerseys. Like I got jerseys, bro. Don't worry.
I only have 2 jerseys. I only have the Duncan 08 All-Star jersey from New Orleans, and then the Barkley.
Yeah.
That's all I have. Oh,
Damn.
my Kaepernick jersey. That's one of my favorites.
Wait, so you got 3 of the high school jerseys?
And then let's see, 4 Cleveland, 1 Heat. I think that's it. I don't got no.
Wait,
Lakers,
which
man.
Heat one?
It's just a regular standard, like
Okay.
I think it's black and then the red lining. This is regular standard. I like it because it's 6. But then again, he was like the decision was like a huge thing back then.
Dude, I love the black on black ones were nice.
Hold up.
yeah.
Right
Did
here.
you see Brooklyn like basically try to steal the whole design?
Well, what's your favorite LeBron shoe? Which one?
Shit. Let's see. Let me go through them in my head.
I only know like 3 of them.
It would have to see the 5, 6.
Ooh, the
7.
6 and 7s are fire.
LeBron shoes are pretty dope, especially like the first ones. They're like rowdy.
I think.
Hey, I'm floating with you, bro.
Dude, the ones that he wore in the 2007 finals, I always wanted those because they look like cool shoes to hoop in, but I never wore them.
I think I'm gonna say the 8s because I think the South Beach 8s is when he went to Miami, and that's when I first started to get into shoes. But I couldn't get them because I was fucking poor. So I was like, yeah, those.
Dude,
Yeah.
those are
I remember
sick,
those.
bro.
I remember those.
Those are sick, bro.
But then-
red thing on the bottom.
Yeah, but those would probably be it.
Those are the ones that are like turquoise, right?
Yeah, like the turquoise
Oh,
ones. Yeah.
God, dude, those are fire.
Wait,
But
Cabela's was like
I think
Spurs,
too. Like, if I'm honest, like it's a generational thing because I'm like 94 years old. You know what I mean? Jose's younger than me. I think you're younger than me.
no,
No,
35.
You're 35. I'm 35.
No, I'm just kidding. 27.
No, I was like, no, you're my age.
Oh, like,
That's cool. He
damn.
knows my age.
was like-
I'm 35. I'm an old man. I mean, to me,
I'm an old man.
I
Just
can-
turned 39.
I get why. Yeah, I mean, LeBron is at his
But
prime.
no, I was tripping that he didn't say Jordan. Like, it trips me out that, like,
dude, yeah.
Well, interview
like,
Michael Jordan.
It's like
I mean, you had the option, but you said LeBron instead of Jordan.
no. I think
well, LeBron.
Jordan-
I mean, Jordan doesn't seem like a fun person to talk
That's
to.
what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you not
He
watch
seems
The Last
mean.
Dance?
He seems mean.
That's what I was just
like
about to say.
literally.
Yeah.
He'd have been like, Jose asked me that question, and then I took it personal.
I'll be
I
like,
made it his life mission to dunk on me for no reason.
I'll be like, Mr. Jordan, can you please not smoke that cigar? I'm like, don't really like cigar smoke. He'll be like, I'm Michael Jordan, dude.
He puts it out on your forehead.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
But you were saying?
No, I mean I think it's just a generational thing. But you know,
Do you remember watching Jordan play? Like,
I
are
do.
you?
I do. Like
that-
I remember being like a little. Yeah, dude, I'm fucking old. If you're trying to make me feel old, I'm old.
Well, so this was
I
in the
do remember-
'90s. So how old were you in the '90s?
No. It was like late '90s. Maybe like I don't remember exactly, but I remember I watched one game, and I to be honest, like as a little kid, like I played a little bit of basketball, but you know, you're learning English, you're learning Spanish,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're new to the country, you don't really know what's all that the shit that's popping, and then you realize, like, oh yeah, Jordan. I hear my friends talk about it, and then I saw a game with him and the Pacers, and I remember watching it, be like, that's who everybody talks about. That's fucking Michael Jordan. That's crazy. So I'm like watching it, but But to be honest, like I love computers when I was a little kid. So my friend was like, dude, I just got a computer. Let's go play with it. And I remember just being like, well, fuck it. Like, they ain't doing anything for me.
He's on Bill Gates is on TV.
Yeah, I was
Microsoft.
like, let's go play with that. And so I just ended up, but I do remember watching him a little bit. But I mean, my dad, you know, because we lived in Chicago, believe it or not, we lived in Chicago for a little bit, Chicago and Iowa. When we first immigrated to the United States, we moved to Laredo for like a few months. And then my dad said, fuck it, and went all the way to Chicago. Des Moines, Iowa.
How old were you?
Man, I must have been like 8 or 9. And I do remember seeing like all kinds of like, you know, Bulls stuff, memorabilia and stuff like that. But you know, you're 8 or 9. You barely understand English, and you're just trying to figure out what's happening. But as I got older, I think, you know, my entry into like American pop culture was the Spurs. Like, you know, that's why. I mean, I get why people rock with LeBron, and you know, it's he's worthy of it. I'm not gonna say he's not. He's definitely worthy of it.
Bro, he's been a star since I was what?
Yeah, he's been a star since
I was 7 years old.
Yeah, like
and he's still
2002,
It's pure just
2003,
Spurs
something like that.
hater. That's all it is, bro.
They're just rivalries, right? Every single time they played.
For me, it's like I want LeBron to drop 50 on the Spurs, but I want the Spurs to win. Like that's just me.
One of
That's
my
how I am.
goals is to eventually have one of my paintings in that dude's collection. He collects pretty dope art. He's a big patron of the arts.
I like that.
Doesn't Duncan own some of your art?
Yeah, Duncan owns some of my art. That dude's also patron of the arts.
You got to flex on them some more. Who else?
Who else, bro?
Let's hear it.
I don't know.
Brooklyn legend, dog.
Oh yeah, true. Spike Lee.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Spike Lee.
Did we talk about that on your podcast?
Yeah. Or I think no. I don't think we did.
How did that?
Maybe briefly.
Here, drop
the story-
it, bro.
the
Drop
story-
it.
the
Yeah, let's
story's
hear
great,
that.
bro.
Let's hear
The
that.
story's
Let's hear
great.
that.
All right, so I'm gonna rewind it back to
Selena, what did they rewind?
yeah. Oh yeah, what did they rewind? Put it in rewind. All right, so I'm gonna put it in rewind right now because it's going back to like 2016, January 2016. I sold some large paintings to UTSA, and for the first time in my career, I was able to cash a check, pay rent, go on a trip with my girlfriend, pay for it, and not be worried about where rent was going to come from. And the first trip that we went on was to Philadelphia and New York. And the whole reason I went on that trip was because that I finally was in a position where I could, and then also just to go be immersed in the art scene out in New York and Philadelphia. So I was so intrigued with this idea of being around, you know, these masterpieces where I just wanted to be inspired. Well, me and my wife or girlfriend at that time were riding bikes through New York City from 4th all the way down to, or 95th all the way down to 4th. And we end up near Soho. And as we're riding through Soho, we get to a stop sign. And right in front of me, I see a gentleman walk across the street, New York Yankee hat, New York shirt, New York jacket. And I look at my girlfriend, now wife, Caroline. I'm like, that was Spike Lee. And I literally threw my bike to the floor, told her to watch it. And I ran up to him. And I go up to Spike Lee. And I have a picture on my Instagram, too, for y'all listening. You want to check it out. So I go up to Spike Lee. And And check this out. This is even crazier, bro. This is even crazier right here. So we were in Philadelphia before we went to New York, right? Philadelphia is the headquarters for probably one of the best clothing brands for sports memorabilia, Mitchell & Ness.
Mitchell & Ness, yeah.
And they have their headquarters there.
Yeah.
So their headquarters gets their product at least 2 to 3 months before they release it anywhere else, right? So the last day that we're in Philadelphia before we get on the train to New York, I walk in, bro, at like 10 o'clock, like sharp. Cause we're just walking around. I didn't know where the Mitchell & Ness store was. I'm just walking around and I look to the left and they're putting up the Spurs warm-up jackets, the vintage ones. And this is when they first dropped, bro. First drop. And the store manager was the one putting that on the mannequin. So I walk into that place and I'm like, whoa, like I'm from San Antonio. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, that's crazy because like this is like the first day that we're putting it up. And like this is going to be at least 2 to 3 months before it gets to San Antonio. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to get everything that drops today. So I get the jacket, I get Iceman shirt that just dropped, get a Tim Duncan shirt that just dropped, I get a hat that just dropped. So I'm wearing that shit while I'm riding the bike in New York, right? And I see Spike Lee going all New York stuff. I run up to him. I'm like, hey, yo, Mr. Spike Lee, like I'm a huge fan. And he turns around, he's like, you from San Antonio? And I'm like, hell yeah. It's like I have to represent just like you represent. He kind of laughs. He's like, yeah, I dig that, man. I was like, can I get a picture? Or get a picture with him? And I'm like, man, this is super inspiring, blah, 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 real quick. And dip, right? So recently I was up in New York for a project, NFT NYC. And on the last day that I had to spend there, I had this idea of walking around with this painting that I took with me. And I called my wife that morning.
How big was the painting?
That was a 16 by 20.
Oh, okay.
And it's good size. And my thing was I woke up that morning, called my wife, and I said, hey, I had this idea. I'm going to walk around with my painting. If any of y'all ever been to New York, anybody listening ever been to New York. In San Antonio, you could stop and tell someone, hey, they'll stop. You'll talk for 15 minutes, be best friends, camaradas, and exchange numbers and shit. In New York, you tell someone, hey, they're just going to keep walking. You don't even bother, right? So I had this crazy idea. That morning. So I had this crazy idea that morning that I was going to walk around with my painting, approach people in New York, and just talk to them about my art. And at the end of the conversation, if they were cool with it, I was going to document a photo of them holding my painting just to show that it happened, right? So I'm going through the city of Brooklyn. That's where
I like that you do things like that.
Yeah, so I was going through the city of Brooklyn or the borough of Brooklyn, and I'm engaging with some people. I'm starting to get to Brooklyn, bro. I walk in the this like really cool park area, and there's a jazz band playing. I love jazz, right? So I'm there listening to the jazz band, and this guy standing in front of the jazz band, like off in the distance. I stand next to him. Me and him start talking about my work. He starts the conversation, and I start telling him about my work. And turns out like he's a director of events for the Brooklyn Center of the Arts. And he's really digging the story. And he says, you know what? You want to tell your story about your art after the band plays in front of the audience? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, are you cool with that? I'm like, yeah, sure. So the band plays. He introduces me, bro. I get in front of the audience that was playing in front of the jazz band. I'm holding the painting. And I'm telling them my story, and I'm telling them about how important that painting is, what it means, and how I got to that point of being able to be where I'm at on that stage. Crowd gives me a little ovation, get off, exchange some numbers with people that are there listening, and then I keep walking, continue this adventure. So I'm standing listening to another band that's playing on the street, and I look across the street, and guess who I see? Freaking Spike Lee, walking, turning the corner. And I think to myself, I stop and I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go do it. I did it last time. What's the worst that could happen? You know what I mean? So, and I'm getting this like adrenaline rush, and I'm running across the street, almost get hit by a car. I'm like getting there running for real, dude. Because cars were honking, and like his like entourage, his group, his people, himself.
Oh, he's with a gang of people now.
Yeah, it's probably like 8 of them, bro. Like it's him. Because check this out. So this is what happened. So
now you gotta fight through a little crowd now.
Yeah, right.
Well, check this out. So that corner, that street that he was walking onto, there's a honor. this amazing mosaic mural of honoring the do the right thing.
Oh, crazy.
So
okay.
he was taking measurements because they were going to release like a new clothing line and they were going to do a photo shoot. So they're just taking measurements for, stuff that they were going to do. So he was there for that. And I'm running across the street. The cars are honking. And you see like him and the whole team like turning around like, what the hell's going on over there? And I'm running with my painting. And I'm like, Mr. Spike Lee, like this is my second time meeting you. It's crazy. And he stops and he just looks like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And his, like assistant or someone comes up to me and they're like, hey, listen, I was like, no, like, I just want to give this to you. And he looks and he's like, you want to give this to him? I was like, there's a story behind it. And I was like, I started telling him, he's like kind of like where you're at and his assistant's like right here. And I'm looking at Spike Lee and I'm like, I met you when I was just starting off my career. Like I was broke. I came with the only money I had to my name. And to get inspired for this trip, and when I was leaving back to San Antonio, I meet you. And I was like, I went back to San Antonio inspired. I went back to San Antonio. I had a vision, and how crazy is it that dream that I had the night that I got back to San Antonio, I end up creating like one of my most popular series that's putting me in positions that I can only dream of. And I was like, and how crazy is it that I have this painting here with me today in front of you?
What series was it? What painting was
Wabi
it?
Sabi.
Yeah. And what painting did you have?
It was like Wabi Sabi, like 860 something, 850 something. It was one of my paintings from Houston.
How many are there?
Right now I'm on number 883. But anyway, so I have that painting with me, and I'm telling.
That's a flex. Just throwing that out there. That's
yeah,
dope.
no. So I have that painting with me, and I'm telling them that, that story, and then I tell them about what the series means. And I was like, in this, I wasn't saying that he inspired it, but I was saying like he was a part of that trip that inspired that, and just the universe, everything lining up to where it's like right in front of him again. Like I ain't even from New York or from Brooklyn, and like I met Spike Lee twice, bro. Yeah, and like he owns one of my paintings, and like I told him, I was like, dude, like I would love for you to have this, and he came up to me and he kind of put his hands around my shoulders. He's like, dude, I'd be honored to have this. Wow. And we ended up taking like a whole bunch of photos. He had his team like take a whole bunch of photos of me and him. I got some photos on my phone, and it was crazy, bro.
I remember seeing that photo, bro.
No, I literally, I'm walking away, and like I was getting like kind of emotional when we were taking that picture. I was like, man, it's like I was just like struck, because like, man, like how I like we're taking pictures. I'm like, dude, like how fucking crazy is that? Like the odds of this happening. That's crazy. And he was like, yeah, man, that's crazy.
I was at a coffee shop when that happened.
And I'm walking.
You were up there with him?
No, I called him. After I call my wife. I walk away from that. Like my blood, like the adrenaline level is crazy. So I'm walking away from that conversation that I just had with Spike Lee in that whole moment. And I call my wife and I'm like, I put this into existence. Like I woke up in the morning with this idea of that I was either going to trade it, sell it, or give it away. And I was like, no. My wife answers and I said, guess who I gave my painting away to? Because she's like, oh, try to sell it or, try to trade for it. And I call her and I was like, guess who I gave my painting away to? And she's like, what? I was like, guess who I gave my painting away to? She's like, who'd you give it away to? And I was like, fucking Spike Lee. Like I put that out there, giving it away. You ain't gonna walk around with a painting like that and just give it away to anybody, bro. And like I put that into existence, bro, of going out there and setting myself on that adventure and put that in existence, man. So shout out to Spike Lee if he's listening to this.
Shout out to Universe too, man.
Who was talking about Disturbed earlier?
Oh, Bert.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
You were talking about Disturbed earlier, right?
Yeah, the song
Right,
Sickness.
So like
oh my god.
I went to go see like Deftones and Incubus at Sunken Gardens like 99, right? Like
This dude has gone to every concert.
I used to get it in, bro. I used to like be a street team for Roadrunner Records, so I'd be on all their lists. I was like 16 years old. I was partying with Slipknot. Shit was dope. Well, anyways,
I love Slipknot. Every time he tells me that, it makes my heart happy.
So anyways, I'm at the Deftones Incubus concert. It's like 99, some shit like that. 2000 maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. Well, anyways, so I'm turning around and I see the lead singer of Disturbed just chilling, and I'm like, so I run into him. I get a picture with him, one of these. He takes it with me. He's like, hey, don't tell anybody it's me. I'm like, oh, okay. And then he turns around. I'm like, hey, everybody, the lead singer of Disturbed's right here.
That's fucked up.
Bro, Sunken Gardens was dope. Did y'all ever get to see shows there?
No.
No,
They're remodeling it right now.
Man,
Oh, they're trying to invest like a lot of money into it.
I miss shows there. That shit was dope. I remember I saw the Fuesta there. That shit was
what's
cool.
maybe not the right time, but whatever. But like, what's something you would manifest now? Because like I found myself this like, I remember one time like short story. I don't want to take because that was some fucking amazing story, dude. Like there's no way. But I remember one time driving in the highway and telling myself, I was like, dude, I'm gonna make. This is when I like for me it was like salary was a big deal because I have kids and family and stuff. And I remember telling myself like,
salary is.
I'm gonna make $80,000, and everything inside me was like, "Fool, shut the fuck up, fool! You ain't gonna make that." Like I heard all the dudes from the West Side telling me like, "Yo, shut the fuck up," and I just said,
"That's our inner voice."
That's the inner voice. Yeah. Well, check this out. Check this out.
Yourself, it's all the foods.
But it's all the fucking fools. Like, in my head, I was just like, nah. And I said it, bro. I remember driving on 151, driving home, saying it. I'm gonna make more than 80,000. And I remember just saying it. It felt really weird or whatever. It probably was. But then I got comfortable with it. It felt weird, and then it became comfortable with it. Now I make way more than that.
Well, I think it'd be cool if we manifest that shit right now. Like we go down the thing and say like, what do we manifest for like,
and like
the
that's not
next
to say
couple
we're
of
gonna
years?
get it next year,
Yeah,
tomorrow, 5 years from like it just if we just fucking put it out there in the universe, like it'd be cool to look back on this 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Be like, yo, look, I put that out there.
Well, I guess I'll start. I'll start right now, but I'm gonna manifest having a successful startup business.
Hell yeah, bro.
I like that.
Damn. What am I trying to manifest?
All right, next one. Who? No.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I can come back because I know like this is important, bro.
Yeah. You have to say it right now.
No, I'm gonna manifest this next step in my career. I was actually telling Albert, I'm gonna re-sign my contract, obviously.
Let's go, baby.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, bro.
I already got a nice raise a couple months ago, and I'm on the verge of getting another one. But right now, I'm at the point where it feels good to be here. Those days are over. Now it's like, cut the check. Cut the check. I know my value, because when I jumped into TV, I didn't have no TV experience. I was a freaking writer. I compared it to Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien was a writer for SNL and The Simpsons. He had no TV experience, no stand-up comedy experience. And they gave this dude David Letterman's old show when David Letterman went to the other network. That's crazy. And to me, I compare it to that where like they just trusted this kid from the West Side to be on TV on what's going to be a statewide network at that time. It was just Austin and San Antonio, but we eventually became statewide like half a year later. So it's just manifesting that bag and getting paid the way I know I need to be paid. But yeah, my name's ringing everywhere. There's a lot of people I look up to and they tell me, hey, so-and-so's keeping their eyes on you. And it's cool, but I'm a very loyal guy. They took a chance, Spectrum took a chance on me when they shouldn't have, but they did. A lot of people believed in me over there, and so they're my priority, and I want to grow with them, and I want to build with them. But if the check is right, no, I'm kidding. But I'm loyal, bro. Like I'm seriously a loyal person, and I know they're gonna take care of me. Like Spectrum has taken care of me since day one.
That's dope, bro.
Whether it be like, hey, like take some time off, bro. Like, like when my uncle died, and I told my bosses like, this isn't just an uncle, this is like my father dying. Like I've gone to 28 funerals. I'm only 27 years old. My mother's was the worst, and my uncle's was the second worst. And my uncle was number 28. And so for me, it was just, and literally they sent me flowers. They sent me they're like, take as much time as you need off. And he's the reason why I'm a reporter. Yeah, I remember him asking me that question when I was 13. What do you want to do with your life? I don't know. I'm watch some cartoons. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm 13. But yeah, manifest the bag.
What are you trying to get? What are you trying to manifest?
I think
what you talking about?
I'm trying to manifest like I want to make double what I make now and just work for myself full time.
So that's what's up, man.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off that. Work for yourself. That's my goal, and shit, I want to do it by 30, man. I think 30 is the age for me where I set the goal. Other than that, dude, I want to actually start live podcast. I want to kind of get into that.
What do you mean, like get a Discord going or something like that?
No, a live podcast, like having podcasts in front of people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, so that's my biggest thing for two reasons. I feel like I can. It's just something I've always wanted to do, and I never really been comfortable talking in front of 5+ people. So talking in front of people like that would just give me more confidence and just give me experience. So, shit, man, if I had to put a timeline on that one, that would probably be next summer. Oh, yeah, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. Hopefully, I can do it.
Send me the invite.
No,
I'll
yeah,
go and I'll put that.
Yeah.
Hey, on the cool, but I appreciate you coming out. I know, thank you for coming through. I know we've been trying to bug you about this.
Yeah, of course, man.
Like, I'm glad you came out here for this with these homies. I know you know these guys. Like, I appreciate you for coming out.
Yeah, of course, man. These are all people I haven't. It's funny. I want to talk about the story. I was telling my girl the story that when you reached out and when you were like, hey, I mean, kind of just like a network thing. Like, I just want to get to know you. I just want to talk about podcasting. And that was actually the first time anybody's ever kind of just reached out and said, hey, let me take you to lunch and let's go have a conversation.
Yeah.
I will forever remember that. And it's not just the fact that you were like the first person. It's just the fact that you actually just kind of went on a limb and just kind of was. I get what I wanted to ask is what kind of made you do that, man?
Well, I think I think deep inside of me, like, you get to a point in your life where you're like, I got what I need. I'm good. My girls are gonna be good. My girl, I mean, I'm not like a billionaire or anything, but like I'll make good money, and by the grace of God, I'll be all right. And then you want to see other people win. I think it's real selfish. And all you motherfuckers out there, you know who you are. Maybe because I'm off the whiskey now, but you get money and then you don't, and then you don't want to come back and pull people up. Yeah. Fuck y'all. I love what Jose's doing. I love what everybody in this room is fucking doing, like, to a certain extent. And I mean, I just looked up like who's got the dopest podcast in the city, and your name came up. And I said, man, well, let me just reach out to him. He's probably going to think I'm weird for just inviting him to lunch.
It was kind of weird.
It was kind of weird.
No, it's not as weird as what happened with me.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Did you put the lotion on the skin?
So
allegedly.
So when I did my podcast years ago, when I was still a writer, that one bought those podcasts, which I haven't updated in a while.
I did that unreleased logo.
Oh, I know. The one that Albert drew for me. I had got shouted out on the Shea Serrano podcast. Bill Simmons podcast, The Podfather. So Bill Simmons is the reason why I go by Sports Guy, because he was Sports Guy when he was at ESPN. Created 30 for 30. They call Bill Simmons the Podfather. Like, the dude, like, is incredible. Well, Shay and I became friends years ago. He's a 4-time New York Times bestselling author, this, that, and the other, right? So I got shouted out in the end of 2018, más o menos around there. And then the following year, I got shouted out again. Well, one day I get video message, right, from Ginez, and like, something Ginez, right? And I'm like, well, that's not the Cuates, his brothers, the twins. And I was like, who the hell is this? This fool's drunk as hell. Hey, bro, I love that you put on for the West Side, bro. I love what you're doing as a reporter. He's like, I fuck with you. He's like, I do this, that, and the other. I could make a website. I could do this, that, and the other for you, bro. He's like, but I didn't know he was drunk, right? No, I didn't know he was drunk, right? So the next day, I'm at the handball courts on the West Side. I think I was doing a story on them, and then he sends me another video. He's like, "Hey, bro," he's like, "I was drunk when I said that, but I meant everything that I said." He said, "I meant every single thing that I said." And then, like, I think a week later, I took him. We went to Linda's. because I think.
Hey, I love Linda's. I ate there on my birthday.
Hey, I ran into you there.
That's right. We did all randomly.
It's like, bro, like. You enter into these rooms, and I think we talked a little bit about imposter syndromes or whatever, and you walk into these rooms and nobody looks like you. You're like, you kind of just get like, man, bro, who else is doing out here? And you start, like, if you're selfish, or at least we were talking about this today at work, actually, in a big, like, conference, because it's Hispanic Heritage Month. We were talking about, like, how some people edit themselves. They pretend to be white or whatever. I don't know. That's your shit. But and I'm not gonna lie in front that I didn't
pretend to be wise.
White.
Oh, like, white. Okay,
or they edit themselves to fit in more into a white culture.
I see. Okay.
Or to the popular culture. And I'm not gonna lie and say, like, man, I've never done that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be very transparent because I want this to be honest. But I think, like, there comes a point in your life where you're like, man, I don't even fucking do that anymore. Like, bro, who else is doing shit out here? And my brothers would always tell me, like, R.I.P. David. David, I love you. I miss you. But David would always talk about this fool. And he always wanted this fool, Jose Arredondo, to meet my cousin, which is cool. You guys got to link up in Austin.
No, I met Natalie actually at his funeral.
Oh, that's right. Okay, but
I met her at the funeral.
But on the job, you guys linked up.
Yeah, in Uvalde. We met in Uvalde.
Uvalde.
Well, we met up again in Uvalde.
And and David loved Natalie. So it's just a beautiful thing. But yeah, man, and I think it's just like I just want to see more people like us win. Like I don't have to be like a huge fan, but just the fact that you're brown and you're doing something and you're loving people and you're putting out positive energy, I'll fuck with you. Lew, big fan of Lew, big fan of Albert, big fan of all you motherfuckers. Like I respect all you guys in your own discipline and your own lane. My shit is like tech and technology and like super nerdy shit.
Nah, man, it's super dope seeing you do that podcast, bro.
Yes. Oh yeah, with Ray, yeah,
super dope seeing
you
produce that shit. I love that shit, bro.
Thanks,
that's
man.
Like I said, that's my barbershop. I love that spot. That's the only barbershop I can go into and everyone's cool with me. Like,
yeah. Dude, I mean,
I don't know. Sorry, I'm so stoned I don't care half the time when I'm there. Because one of my homegirls was all, I saw you. You didn't say what's up. I nodded. I was high. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Pinstripes Barbershop, 1010 South Florida.
Juan's, that's one thing I really appreciate that. And again, I think we all do it is embrace our community. And I haven't said it on a podcast and not even on my podcast, but a couple of days ago, I had this epiphany, and it was about what I do as a person in my career, and it's provide experiences, create opportunities, and build relationships. And I think it's safe to say that that's our mission, right? As people. And I think once we find other people that are on the same level, have the same missions, like we get the vibes that we're getting like right now. And I feel like anyone that's also listening, that if you're vibing with that mission, you're going to encounter other people that are on that same mission. And by finding those people, you create a positive ripple and a vibration that kind of spreads throughout the world and the universe. And you make it easier for other people on the same wavelength to find you. And again, I guess one of my theories that I have that is an example of what we're at today, it's like life is this like giant rubber band. And if you have like a positive energy, you're going to pull it down. And the people that are on that same wavelength are on that same rubber band. So you're going to find this on that rubber band, right? So we're being pulled down and we're all here at this peak of positive energy. And, when we spread out, we maintain that and we spread throughout the universe and we bring down the people that are meant to be at the same wavelength. And as we move beyond each other's paths and journeys in this universe, like we spread that. So as we travel through the universe and the world, that's that ripple that continues. And obviously we encounter people that are on the opposite end. And it's a little bit more difficult because one way that I explained it is like you could be on the opposite wavelength and we could be in the same room and I could be saying the same shit and it's like you're far away in the state of mind. So it's like, it's all about that energy. It's all about building. It's all about pulling people together, pulling energy together like this, because now people are listening to this. They're going to feel themselves and they're mentally going to equate where they're at in the universe. Like where's their position? And there's going to be some people that are going to feel like they're with us. And there's going to be some people, that might not really understand what I'm saying, but they know where their position's at. Yeah. And they might know or want to be in this area. And the thing is, we're putting it out there. Like, join us, find those people, be on that wavelength. Like we're all in this together. And again, Lew, you're doing some dope shit, creating some amazing, memorable moments.
Man, I'm just trying to have some fun with my friends, do some dope shit. And I got a question for you.
What that shit with my friends?
Getting all deep real quick. My bad.
What got you into podcasting?
Shit, I was bored, man. I was bored. Yeah,
bro, I respect that because I get it, bro.
But can I say something? Really, I don't mean to cut you off.
He goes in depth with it, bro.
Yeah, and I do want to give Jenny's flowers. Yeah, is one thing is I'm like the Nori. I like to give people their flowers. Like one thing that I really respected about Ken, to answer your question, is you were stepping out and you were doing it. A lot of motherfuckers got talent, ain't doing shit. A lot of motherfuckers talk shit, ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
You put your one foot in front of the other, and you did it, bro. So fucking kudos to that shit, bro. Keep doing it. Like work, do what you got to do. Keep going, bro.
I appreciate it, man. It's a struggle, bro. I want to say one thing too. Don't be afraid of that energy. Like if someone is reaching out to you, like Juan did with me, and you're either afraid or you're either intimidated or whatever the situation, just take a leap of faith. Because what I've learned is, first and foremost, I'm an introvert, so most of the time I don't really like to do things. But the time that I do,
I appreciate you for coming out.
Yeah. The time that I do things like this, or I reach out, or I go out with friends, or whatever the situation is, man, the type of feeling that I get is the satisfaction is there. So you'll realize a lot of things. You'll start meeting people that are like-minded, that are they go-getters, that are creating shit, that are just really doing the fucking thing. But yeah, man, I was bored. Just trying to figure out what the fuck I'm going to do during the pandemic. I was intimidated to reach out to people at first, so I started reaching out to family and friends and just conversations.
Comfortable. Yeah.
Whatever's comfortable, conversations. I joke around a lot, so most of it kind of came pretty seamless. And then I started reaching people that were kind of in the music scene, like rappers, and then started with that. And then
that question interview was sick, bro.
Yeah, so that was a huge one for me, because I didn't realize how big it was. One, because the guy he is, I had no idea how fucking down to earth he is.
Yeah, man,
and then
he's
two,
super fucking cool, bro.
The audience he has is just like him. Like the amount of messages I got from that actual podcast is insane. Like people that I don't even know, like what's the word? Like old heads, like people that are his age. I shouldn't call him an old head, but people that are his fucking age, like
older, yeah, we get it. With no
that
disrespect.
would never watch the podcast if they just knew that it was me. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, shit like that, man. Like it was just evolution after that whole 2021, man. That was probably the craziest shit that I've ever probably done, man. But yeah, man, getting people onto the podcast and knowing their stories was probably the main focus after I started getting comfortable with my families and friends and then talking. And then obviously it is what it is now. Yeah, I'm trying to get some big people on there, man. I have a list that I have on my phone, and certain people know certain people, and I'm asking for favors.
Get it, bro. Get it, bro.
That's another
Do
thing
it,
too,
bro.
man. I was afraid to ask for help. I was afraid to ask for like the pride came in the way. My pride was always in my way, and it's just weird. You just ask one thing, and the people that you don't think are gonna say yes, that are gonna say no, that are the most fucking, they'll do anything for you, and it's just you're getting yourself, you're putting this thing in front of you. You got to get out of your own way, man.
Yeah, right.
You got to get on your own way.
That is beautiful.
It's crazy how we put up our own roadblocks, right?
Oh, bro, dude, I am the greatest at self-sabotaging myself, bro. Like, I'll have shit to do, and I end up getting into some shit that I really shouldn't be getting into, but I always get into it.
That's funny, right? Yeah, dude, I remember, first coming into the situation of not having shit and then starting to, like, pay bills again,
Cheers. I got nothing in here, but it's
I
okay.
got nothing in there either.
And
Oh, my bad. You want some more water?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
but like, from not having any responsibilities and getting back on a foundation and coming across like the roadblock that we set for ourselves, it's like the self-doubt, it's
I get the self-doubt. But it's weird. Like, I get nervous, but I set such low standards for myself that, like, anything I do, just like, okay, cool, I could do that. And I like doing shit. I like, I've done a lot of weird, random shit in my fucking life. And, like, I want to keep doing that.
One of the things, and I try my best because, I think people that see what we're doing obviously ask us, like, how do you do what you do? And, obviously it's just putting in the work and a lot of stuff like that. Doing a lot of the little extra stuff that people overlook. like the little things. Like you do these little things, it really adds up, right? But one of the things that I always, one of the things I always try to really practice, and it's sometimes tough because I set roadblocks for myself sometimes. It's setting easy goals, weekly goals, daily goals.
Oh man,
that you could do without any effort, and just trying to exceed those.
My big one's making the bed.
Yeah,
like, real talk. Shit like
that,
making the bed every day. Like I'm good. Like I'll look at my room. Like, all right, cool.
Bro, I hate it when I do laundry and I'm like, doing laundry is fine. It's folding that hoe.
Oh, bro, I fucking hate socks, bro. I'll throw them away and go buy new ones.
Bro, they need to like hurry the fuck up because they're making all these advancements with all these other technologies. And it's like, man, fucking make something that's gonna fold my clothes and put that shit away. Because like once you come up with that robot, damn, like for real.
What's
like,
what do you say
My
your
Roomba happy.
what do you say your biggest roadblock is or was?
it's just telling myself that like I don't have enough time. Like telling myself I don't have enough time has been like the biggest like roadblock, and I remind myself it's a really weird roadblock, right? Because like, oh, I got this and this and this to do today. Oh well, I this task. Oh, I don't know if I have time for that. It's like we have time, you know what I mean? And I think that's like a big roadblock, and I'm sure people face the same thing, but it's like it contradicts, you know, what I say earlier about us, you know, being on this world for like a short moment of time, which is it's truth to that, but it's also we have a lot of time while we're here, our 24-hour day, but it's prioritizing like what's most important. And I think sometimes, I think we're all guilty for putting shit on the top priority that really shouldn't be a top priority. And I think that's just the biggest roadblock is time management and priority. And you know, family for me is number one, but I think there's times throughout the day where I could be doing something else and I'm just like too invested in some shit because I already pressed the power button and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, yeah, it's so easy.
You already got it rolling.
Yeah. And really, you know, again, like it's just reminding myself like, no, I could just turn this shit off or I could just do this or write an email or call a person. That's been the biggest thing for me the past couple of years is like not send an email and actually reach out and call them. And for me, that's been the biggest thing for like clients and stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to send the email. I'm not going to shoot a text. Yeah. I'm just going to get their phone number and I'm going to give them a call. And it's so crazy, bro, because like we're living in a day and age where you call someone like out of the blue and they're like, what the fuck?
What do you want? What do you want?
Young people don't like phone calls, but I'll call you. Yeah. I don't care. I'll call you.
I prefer phone calls.
Yeah. A lot of my younger people get mad at me because I will call you and just be like, "Yo, what's up?"
Person.
I'm gonna call you too, bro.
Yeah, it's like I just want to say what's up, dude. Like I just want to talk, say what's up.
Yeah, like I wanted to chop it up.
I can get stuff done while I'm in a phone call, but if I'm texting you, it's like
right, like you can go on like auto, like my favorite. You ever put your brain on auto and just like drive and like when I drive, I get the best thoughts in the world. So like being able to just talk and like do something else, like yeah, I feel that.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was just like I'm just gonna call him randomly now.
Dude,
I think it's like I think you know you realize how and it's gonna sound fucking corny as fuck, but I'm gonna say it. You just realize how special people are, you know. Especially in this room, especially in the city, you know, you realize how special they are. And, you know, like I get to enter rooms where people make good money and you know, money's a big thing, but then also achievement, what you guys are doing independently, like it goes a long way and it's cool. It's cool. So I think we should just all give each other permission to call each other randomly and talk shit.
No, for like if people call the gallery, I'm always
like 6 o'clock in the morning type shit.
Oh no, like
well, I ain't that
okay, I guess
call me around 3. I might be alright.
Okay. This is a question for I'm gonna start with Lew, and I guess we could go down. But like when it comes to like your what you're doing, like what's the most random experience that you've had, like or like either funny, like
bro, I have random experiences.
Okay, like a funny story from like you know some shit that happened where you know you laughed or some shit where you're just like what the fuck, like doing your podcast or doing whatever it is that we want to talk about, like what's like a funny moment that you've had like along this journey that you've started? Like what's been like one of your favorite moments from, you know, starting off to like where you're at now? Like what's been one of your like favorite moments?
I don't think I said anything, but I almost busted my ass on this bike when I first rode it. I went down the block. I don't know if you remember this.
My personal bike. My personal bike goes fast.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me.
Now you're gonna get on my company's bike. Like that's not the
like I went down the street all slow, and then I was coming back all fast. Like I almost fell down the way, and like I came back like I collected myself.
No wonder you're all like.
It's funny.
That was a good time. It was super random too. Like
when
wait, I rode your personal bike, right? You rode it, or was that?
Yeah, the white one.
Yeah.
That's my personal.
Yeah.
Yo, just remember, when you take a tour downtown. San Antonio has the first air conditioned building on this side of the hemisphere. The Milam building, and then the Robert E. Lee. I figured it out because you know how Robert E. Lee says 100% air conditioned.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to know why. I wanted to know why that was a fucking flex. You know what I mean? So I looked it up, and that was the first like apartments with air conditioning.
Were you speeding like when that girl fixes up Bobby Boucher's lawnmower in the Waterboy?
What's
He's
that?
like, fixing the Waterboy where she like tricks out his lawnmower and he's just like zooming. Was that you?
Yes.
He was going fast. What was the?
I'm usually going fast. It's horrible.
What's one of your like favorite moments like that you've had like from like starting your podcast, like or just the whole thing in general? Like what's been one of your favorite, most memorable moments?
Changing the way people think, like having people change their thoughts as far as that they don't have to be the same person that they used to be. Like if you're a shitty person, like I tell this shit all the time. I used to be a shitty fucking person, like shitty person, but you don't have to be like that. Like you can change your ways, and it's only shitty if you keep fucking doing it. That's the biggest thing. Like if you keep doing what you're like what you keep doing, like you're gonna be a shitty person for the rest of your life.
I think people do shitty stuff.
Yeah.
But if you keep doing it, that's what makes you shitty.
Yeah, that's what makes you shitty.
Yeah, straight up.
If you change at that point in time, you're no longer shitty. So having people reach out to me and just giving them advice as far as what's going on in their relationship, what's going on with their family, what's going on at work, just little shit that can change their thought process and do things better in a way that I've seen and I've experienced, changes the whole game for me, man. Like I've never thought someone would come send me a DM or come up to me in person and just ask for advice. Like I thought that was never going to happen. Never in a million years, but that's probably just changing the way people think. Yeah,
That's badass, man.
That's dope. I like that, bro.
Yeah.
You want
So what was the question again? I'm sorry.
memorable moments from, you know, doing what you do?
Man, I think one of the most memorable moments was, so, you know, I think everybody, like, well, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we were pretty involved in church. You know, my dad was addicted to drugs when he had first got to the United States, and I could see why his place sucks sometimes. But he found church, and church was his refuge.
Which church? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I don't want to give them a shout out.
Okay.
But my dad still loves God, and I think that's the most important thing. He loves God, and he loves God. But so church, but you know, church is complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And church is made out of people, and it's very complicated. And so I didn't like church for a long time. But my dad, that was the way he kept us safe. I mean, bro, when there's fucking drive-bys every night in your hood, like on the casinos, like we got to find a way to get you out of that environment. And that's how my parents did it. And I would go to church, and you know, instead of being in the backboard, I said like, I'm gonna play guitar and I'm gonna do shit. And so I started playing guitar, and for a long time I thought that was a waste. You know, when I got to where the company I'm at, I walk in, bro, and you know, that place is a beautiful place. It's incredible. Everything's immaculate.
It's big.
It looks like the Wolf of Wall Street in there.
Yeah.
People on the phone. This is before pandemic. People on the phone. People like, and I'm walking in and I'm fucking scared. I'm a contractor. I'm not even full time yet. I'm a contractor. I'm just like, man, I'm gonna fucking show these guys that I can do it. I walk in. My HR recruiter sits me down. She looks me in the eye and she's like, "Good luck." Next thing I know, the executive director, so this is my boss's 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 boss, comes to my desk and says, "Hey, I know you. 'Cause I've seen you before." And I'm not gonna give his name because I don't want to offend my political connects because some of these guys are running for office and shit.
Damn, that's what's up.
And so he comes up to me. He's like, "I've seen you before." So where have I seen you before? I told him the church I went to at the time, or I used to go to a long time ago. Well, I used to go to this church. Right? He's like, "Oh, that's where I know you from." He goes, "You used to play guitar for them, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, follow me, bro." He followed me. He takes me to this, like, really nice desk, Mac. He takes me out of the contractor's den, which is already a feat, like contractor's den is like where all the contractors are. They're all trying to prove their value. He takes me out and he's like, "Sit right here, bro." Gives me an iMac, gives me my stuff. He's like, "You need something? You come talk to me." Bro. So in a way it was cool, like I do believe in God. Religion is complicated. Shit is not like black or white. But that was like, to me, that was a God moment for him to be like, "Yo, come with me. I'm gonna put you right here. You can see me." A Latino, bro. The moment I met that guy, that dude, like I went into like a suit and tie and everything, which that place is like, IT is weird, bro. You see guys in hoodies and suits. It's so weird. This guy was in fucking guayaberas and like slacks and like some nice Stacy hat. Like that dude shops at Pinners to this day. And it was cool, bro. It was cool that he was like really cool. And he's like, "Hey, come with me. Sit right here. I'm gonna sit you right here." And it changed my life, bro. Because that literally, that moment doesn't happen. I don't have access. I mean, you know how it is for Latinos and especially in tech. Mm-hmm. If we're a minority in the United States, we're even more of a minority in tech. So it was cool to have that moment, bro. It really changed my life. I got to tell him recently and to be like, "Bro, thank you." And it was cool, man. And I hope to do that to somebody someday. Be like, "Yo, I know. Yo, you from the 78207? What street? Saltillo? Come here, bro. Let's put you over here." Bro, like, I hope to do that someday.
I don't know what it is. If you're from the 78207, you meet someone who's from the same neighborhood. Automatically, it's just like a level of respect. Like, bro, you're alive and you're breathing, and you're here and you're doing something.
Yeah, you're doing something.
You're doing something. You don't have to have a degree. I don't care what you're doing. You're here. There's a lot of our friends, a lot of our peers, a lot of people we went to school with, grew up with, that are not here anymore. And, when you meet someone from that hood, like, you get it, Yeah. 'Cause there's a point where, there's people that look down on us. There's people that are like, oh, no, we're not going to go over there,
For a long time, it wasn't cool to be Latino, bro. For a long time, it wasn't cool to be Latino.
I just had this conversation with this guy's father. I'm going to interview this kid, world's youngest mariachi from San Antonio, in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Shit.
And me and his father were talking about that, about like how for the longest time, our Mexican-American peers made us feel bad about being Mexican. Yeah. So we were ashamed of being Mexicans. I would hear the N-word a lot. All the time. From my own family. My mom's side's Tejano. My dad's side's all from Mexico. So you would hear that, and it's just like, well, I don't want to speak Spanish. Like, I'm going to be made fun of if I speak Spanish. Or if I listen to that music that I grew up with, that norteño, that banda, like whatever it is, people are going to ridicule me. Now, shoot, I had the windows down. I'll be in Alamo. I don't care where I'm at. I'm going to be Grupo Firme, even though they're from Tijuana, freaking Los Tigres del Norte. I don't care, bro. We jamming out. Hey. You need a horn like Nori.
Shout out Juan.
Hey, so
we killed it. We killed it.
You got to answer the question, though.
Oh, the question.
Yeah. What's one of your most memorable, favorite experiences from doing what you do?
From doing what I do. I think just getting that response of thank you for telling our stories, because no one's telling them. That to me,
that seems like a big one, bro.
That means the world to me, because they're like, you're telling the stories that no one wants to tell, and like they claim me. Yeah, like you're one of us, and to me that's my life goal as a reporter. Is I'm not a reporter, I'm just a person with a platform. We're from the same hood, or if not, if you're from the south side or the east side. We come from similar circumstances, whatever it is. Like, I'm a human being. That's one thing my mom taught me. You know, whether it's the homeless person asking for $1, you're no better than them. We all, like you said, we all put our pants on the same. We all shit the same. We all, you know, whatever. And so for me, my mom's always in my ear, and, you know, she told me, I don't care where you're at in your life, you're no better than, you know, that person asking for change or whatever. And so that drives me as a reporter. Whenever I interview somebody, I'm never going to stand up. Like, let's say you're sitting down, right? I'm not going to stand up while you're sitting down. I'm going to get at eye level with you. If you're sitting on the fucking floor, I'm going to sit on the floor with you. I'm not going to sit on a chair and be like, the camera, and like, no, I'm going to be on your level because, first of all, you trust me with your story. Secondly, like, you welcomed me into your space. That means whether it be your house or your favorite park or your favorite whatever it is. Like, I'm in your realm. I'm in your world, and you're allowing me in it. And you're allowing me to put a microphone on you, put a camera in your face, and vent to me.
And ask questions.
And ask questions.
Like, I don't know, like me, like...
I break down my job in this sense. A stranger walks up to you and is like, hey, like, I would love to tell your story. And you say yes. It's like, to me, that baffles me. If someone would come up to me, hey, I want to tell your story, you know, or someone calls my phone, hey, I'm with so-and-so, I would love to interview you. Like, what? Because a lot of people, I think we have that imposter syndrome again. Like, there's a lot of people where I have to convince them, not that they're hesitant to do the interview. For them, they don't see value in themselves or value in the things that they're doing. And I'm there. I'm like, no, like, what you're doing is vital to the community, whether you see it or not. Like, you're impacting a lot of lives. And I feel like maybe it's our people. I don't know. We downplay our impact. I mean, you said it earlier where you get that feedback from people. It's like, bro, like, I love your podcast and I love what I learned from it, you know? Or Albert's painting made me feel a certain way.
He's getting a dope painting, bro.
Oh, bro.
I'm doing a dope painting for him.
Dude, I was crying when he was doing the sketch.
I
didn't cry, but I was like...
Can I see?
I'm jealous.
Can I see?
I think I saw it.
It's on the egg. It's on the egg.
Where?
I shared it in my story where he shared it in his story. And I
Like
reposted
today?
Yeah.
Oh,
Check
okay.
it out.
I hate to do this. Any way we can wrap this up, bro? I gotta get out of here. Or I can dip, man.
No, you're right. You're right. It's almost like, to be honest, this is the longest podcast I've done.
Okay.
Nice.
We're almost hitting 2 hours, to be honest. Yo, and I've been holding this piss for like 45 minutes.
Same.
I know.
I'm
I
about
think
to blow
everybody out
up.
here.
It's gonna be all this whiskey.
Yeah.
And you're pretty faded. Some of y'all. One particularly.
What?
I know Juan's ready to like throw hands with those people.
No, I don't throw hands.
He did get a little upset.
Yeah, he's like, I've heard
I like
stories.
seeing it.
Philosophical love. Like,
Well, shit. Like, I appreciate y'all. Like Woodlawn Yacht Club. We here. We doing it. We doing what the fuck we want. We're doing what we're doing. Like, I appreciate y'all coming. Thank you. Thank you for coming again, bro. I appreciate the fuck out of you.
Of course, man.
They want to get a hold of you. How do they get a hold of you? Where can they hear the Gym podcast?
Yeah, gympodcast.com. I recently just uploaded some new information on the website, so y'all can check that out. The Gym Podcast, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to follow me, you can follow me. I hardly ever post on my personal IG unless it's the podcast, but it's at Gilbert, SANCHZ. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Follow me. Pretty cool podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. Life stories, advice, current events, and changing people's lives, man.
Juan, if they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold
they
of you?
want to get a hold of me, don't look me up.
Don't
No, I'm
look
just
him
kidding.
up. Don't look him up.
I am Juan. I'm on Juan. Sorry. I'm on.
I am legend.
I am legend. I'm
Yo,
on Juan. And then you can do.
He's on one.
You can do Vida Barbero too. At Vida Barbero podcast. Ray's doing a phenomenal job. He's telling his
bro.
story. If you have about us, I think we've already identified our target audience, which is what is it? Like 35 and up and affluent, and you want to rent an e-bike, come holla at me at Tourist Bikes. Because that's our target audience.
Spell it out.
TURIS bikes. Hey, we'll give you a tour downtown. Or you can rent an e-bike to just have fun. So yeah, there's that.
Sports guy. If they want to get a hold of you, how do they do?
You can find me at Jaime's place or the Lighthouse dancing dancing with your tia.
Yeah, with your favorite Thea.
And if your Theo pulls up, tell him we got them young hitters. We don't got hitters. I'm just joking. It's all love.
hairline.
Trouble, if they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
You can follow me on all social media platforms at Trebla_art. That's TREBLA_art. For those people, it's my name backwards. Albert backwards. Trebla.
Shocked me when you said that.
But now it's an acronym, and now it stands for Time Resolves Everything But Love Answers. Time resolves everything but love answers. Trebla_art.
Bro, one of my ex-girlfriends from like 4 years ago, she's like, "Oh,
mind blown.
Your friend's you know, his handle is his name backwards." And it blew my mind.
Okay, but
I never thought of it. So
Trebla_art. Now you read it a little bit differently. Trebla_art. Or
you're backwards, Albert, now.
Or find more information at albertgonzalesart.com, and that's Gonzales.
All right, let's wrap it up. I need a pee.
Peace.
At Sports Guy Jose, Twitter, Instagram.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say.
I got the check mark. So if anyone tries to be me, they're a phony.
Love you.
And you go red.